Hello. Hello. I can't do that. Wait for a few people to get here. Got two pumped up after that shit. That's working. What's up, Maldive? How you been? Good to see you, brother. See if it gets here. I think I'm going to take a trek to the woods in the dark. 11 o'clock p.m. here. Why not, you know? I got to do it pretty. It's going to rain a while. Hey, JJ. I got it down there if you guys want to come up because we're going to take a trek in the woods. It's going to rain here a little bit. So I got to go now instead of later. Okay. Weird. Howdy. Kind of kick back today. I'm not used to doing that, but I did. Oh, I gotta have one song in there.
Well, we all believed in that spinning ball. Indoctrination blinded us all. From the very first day that we went to school, they put a globe in your face and that thing looked cool. The teacher explained how it all worked. Of course, it sounded so berserk, but who was I to question it? Because I was just a tiny kid. It sounded crazy as could be, but teacher would never lie to me. She was real nice, she didn't know. She too was taught to believe in that globe. I don't blame her, it wasn't her fault. She was only repeating what she'd been taught. I went through life believing that lie. That spinning ball was now in my mind.
Don't let them take your mind. No,
don't let them take your mind, man.
Don't let them tell you that you are not divine. You know we are.
Take control of your soul.
Take back control. Yeah.
Find the truth. Find it all.
Find it all, man. Yeah.
Don't believe their lies.
Believe it, man.
Let them take your mind.
Let them take your mind, man. All right, man. Listen up. So I'm hurling through space on a road to nowhere. So I live my life without a care, cause I was taught that there ain't no creator. That's what I was told from my educator. So I live my life so selfishly, there ain't gonna be no hell for me.
I don't know.
I'll do what I want with no care for others, with no respect for my brothers. Until one day when I woke up and I drank some truth with my coffee cup. I learned that things ain't what they seem. This so-called reality is just a dream. There's deception everywhere that I look. The news, the TV, and in my school books. And pretty soon I realized that everything's just a pack of lies.
Don't let them take your mind.
Don't let them take your mind, man.
Don't let them tell you that you are not divine.
Don't let them do it, man.
Take control of your soul.
Take back control. Yeah.
Find the truth. Find it all.
Find it all, man. Yeah.
Don't believe their lies.
Believe it, man.
Let them take your mind.
Let them take your mind, man. Yeah, man. It's deception on a biblical level. is orchestrated by the devil. Many think that hate don't exist, but that's what he wants. That's one of his tricks. But I found out that that dude's real. And I'll tell you, man, that's a bitter pill. So I questioned everything I was told. I had to question that spinning globe. I had to relearn it all again.
What'd you say?
I said I look like a nominus. It's so dark. I'm outside.
Yeah, I'm getting
right
ready.
now.
It's gonna rain here like next few hours.
Well, it's been raining for the last 6-7 hours here.
But that's why I bought me a handheld tripod for the phone tonight. Good little tripod. I'm gonna use it tonight to go out. I like going out in the dark woods. It's cool just to sit there and listen.
Right on, man.
I don't really notice the planes. I'm kind of used to them now, Julie. I don't pay attention to them.
Hello,
There's so many.
everybody.
Were you on Tony's earlier?
No, I missed his stream. I was out with a friend helping him do some work. Some moving and stuff. That was at what, like 6 or 7, right?
I don't know. It just ended a while ago.
Oh, really? I just missed it.
Yeah, Tony's in the chat. He probably can come up. Here he comes.
Oh, nice.
No, it's Alex. What's up, brother?
Hey, Tony. Hey, Alex.
I didn't have you open your screen. I hope it's you because I don't want to get no.
You're gonna get flash. Ah,
Okay, it's
Hey,
I know your
Sasquatch.
voice,
Hey,
but nobody can fake that.
oh yeah, I have a dialect.
We all have our, we can tell who we are by our voice by now.
Yeah.
That's
That's why I want to show my face too, so there's no misunderstandings that there's a troll or something, you know?
Well, just like I don't like looking at myself, but here pretty soon, like any day,
Hey, Alex, how you doing,
I
bro?
that on my face when I get some teeth in. I've been waiting for over a year.
light up the joint.
Fakey. I don't.
Today is election day in Aruba. That I've been watching.
Does anybody know? Hey, you got to show your camera on, dude. If I even think about letting you up here, because I don't know who you are. I ain't getting no flashy wash. As far as I can tell, does anybody know? As far as I can tell. Oh, look, there they go. They wouldn't show themselves, so they left.
Ah.
So that's
Well, I
like,
use the same picture, so you recognize that.
yeah.
That's why I picked a picture that no one else has, you know, a picture I took that no one else can get. You know?
Make sure your happiness lives as long as you do.
Okay. I got to get in the chat for a minute. Get rid of this dude.
Actually, no, my StreamYard picture is different. I'm thinking of my YouTube picture.
I've changed mine many times. You know what I mean? I just changed it again. That's a picture I took of a Sasquatch holding the baby.
Yeah, this one, switch it up.
I've seen that one. The one you have now, I think. I've seen it. Not sure.
Yeah, I've had it out there a few times. I've had it doing community posts all the time. But no one's fucked it because it's what are you going to see? I mean, I got the original too. I blew it up to that, so it's a lot clearer than the other picture. But pixels do.
All right.
You been smoking all day?
Tony's in the chat.
Yeah.
Yeah. You see,
Yeah, he said he wanted to listen for a little while.
Yeah, half an hour memory set. Yeah, sorry I missed
Please
your stream. Tell me earlier I was working with a friend.
As far as I can tell, halfway drunk. So you're gonna have to see if you got that.
Yeah,
On
man.
Wi-Fi. There we go. We'll see if he's got any grit or he's just all talk.
No. Hey, Tony. Peace. and
I
God
still
made
walk to the store even though I got a wheels now. You know, I still like walking better than driving.
Yeah, it's better.
Yeah, walking is
Because
good.
you know most accidents happen close to where you live, so why take a chance? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I just came back from like an hour and a half walk.
Yeah.
It was nice. I was literally walking in the rain for an hour and a half. I didn't care.
Hey, I like last year on Memorial Day, it was pouring down rain. I'm talking like monsoon. I put on you know, jammies, the whole outfit, boots, and everything, and walked down the road. You know, it was Veterans Day. That's what day it was. And it was pouring. And you know what? The city bus drove by me and splashed a puddle and soaked my whole body.
Oh, man.
I'm serious.
It's
It's like,
shit.
I mean, it didn't bother me. It bothered me just because of, I don't know, you know.
Yeah.
Hey, as far as
Yeah,
I
it
can
sucks,
tell,
yeah.
I still don't know who you are. Is it
Day,
Babbitt?
right?
Oh, I okay.
Looking-
See, now I know. I know who it is now. Sorry, brother. I think I know who it
I'm
is.
gonna look away until it's.
Yeah, you guys met him. Met him on Voynich stream a long time ago. He's a good dude.
There he is. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I just do my research. You should too.
Yeah,
Hey,
exactly.
Awesome chef.
He's a good
That's
dude.
very
I got to watch him on Facebook too, and he does a lot of cool stuff.
How you guys doing?
And you say you said those videos I send you on Messenger they get deleted, and that's the way those usually are. You try to send them as quick as you can, you know, because they delete them as soon as they find out.
It's like bing, bang, boom.
Sucks it, you know. In a few hours, the good ones are gone. You know it.
Yep. Yep.
That's when you know they were true because they erase them as quick as they can. You know it.
Yeah, man.
Yes, sir.
Why don't you play your guitar?
Oh, dude, I would bust it out, but I got my downstairs neighbor. He's sleeping. So
Okay, okay. Yeah, I know about that. I mean, that's priorities is cool.
Yeah. Otherwise,
Hey,
But we have a lot of people that play. Anytime anybody can play, I let them. I'd rather do, you know. That's like live music.
Oh, I love it, man. I love it. It's what
The lead-
it's what I live. It's the best job in the world. I'm out here in the thumb in Michigan is shaped like a mitten.
Yeah.
There's a small area. It's like the farmland out here in the thumb of Michigan. And I was busking today. I was gonna go set up on the courthouse lawn, and they're having a thing called Thumb Fest, and it's like some local bands, and there's some cool bands. You know, they're playing some cool 440 music. It's whatever. They're just rocking out and playing Babylon music. It's cool. I like some of it, and but I was gonna go set up and just play some like country and folk and just whatever, just some fucking hippie truth music, whatever, my own shit, and just some old classic tunes, just some good acoustic guitar. But then they told me I couldn't smoke on the courthouse steps, so I was like, oh, I guess I'm fucking in the wrong place. Then I have to go.
Are you having culture shock?
Yeah, a little bit.
Oh man, I can't imagine. You go from everything to none in just like 1 second. It's like, wow. It takes a while to sink in. It will eventually. I mean, you adapt your environment anywhere you go. People do. That's just how we are.
Totally, and I love the people here, man. So far, I've met people. You know, there's just like humans in general are generally good creatures.
Exactly. The media lies about everything. You know, they try to make us all look like we're evil motherfuckers. We're not.
Totally, they'd be like, "Oh, that guy," you know, or these people, those group, the people that look like this, they wear these shirts, they fucking vote for this person.
Yep.
And then
Look at the bad rap car salesman. I've never met a car salesman that was a dick like they show on TV or whatever. I mean, they're just trying to make a living like anybody else. You know, they always act like car salesmen are the worst people in the world, or realtors, and they don't show the people that help people get loans on. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. They just make it all look bad.
Totally.
But when you're when you're in the box, you believe what the box says, though. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah.
Alex, where are you at, man? I like your background, bro. You got a nice like tapestry or what's going on there behind you? Is that a tree?
That's the fence. Yeah, that's a tree. This is a tree.
Oh,
He's in Aruba. He's in Aruba. He's in paradise.
oh, bro.
I'm outside.
That looks beautiful.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I mean,
Like, yeah, it's
I'm
cool.
very.
We're on the-
Where
When you're at
you
home,
are
nobody
you?
feels like, your house is your house, except when other people look in it. Then it's somebody else, you know what I mean? So, like,
Sure.
I always
Yeah.
first time I meet somebody when I go to their house, I'm always waiting to see just what's on the walls and, just that whole euphoria feeling of, I just like that kind of shit. So you can read a lot off what people have on their walls or in their yard, you know.
Ah. Oh yeah, this is the wall. Oh, fence. This concrete. We have fence concrete. It's different here. Ugh. Everything is
Oh,
concrete.
whoa. Oh, for
Maybe
sure.
so.
Does it? Well, I mean, I imagine it holds up. Like the structural integrity is pretty decent, huh?
Yeah. With the hurricane, yes. Ugh.
Yeah, like I say, you have high winds all the time. You better have your house made out of concrete and not straw, right?
Yeah,
Like that old
exactly.
saying.
But they still, everyone's still on the Babylon bullshit in Aruba, huh? I mean, I imagine people are like, oh, the vaccine, that's good there as well.
Yes, about
does-
64% of the population has taken the vaccine.
oh, wow, dude. That's deep, man. Now, I don't
A
even
lot.
know what it is in the States. I have no idea.
Oh, it's over half. They're saying over half of the country has to here.
Yes,
Yeah, I think
I think
something
that
over
also.
60% over here too.
But what can you believe on TV or the news or anything? I mean, it's just have to
Yeah.
sitting back and see if it turns out to be true or not. That's not the way. Oh, you know. I never listened to that QAnon or anything because too many people were jumping on it and never even watched one thing. And now it looks like it didn't turn out like it said. Yes, from what I've.
No,
People.
QAnon, that's the thing. QAnon has been revealing true stuff. And I know for fact they were going after the dump system, the deep underground military bases that they have around the world that they use for trafficking children and human trafficking and adrenochrome and all that shit. That has been going on. That I know for fact. So a lot of things has been happening behind the scenes.
Yeah, but was he
Q
telling you
is
anything you
real.
didn't know though? Wasn't he already repeating what was already known, or was
Dude,
he
how do
putting it out?
how do you
before?
know that for a fact? I mean, how do you know that for a fact? I'm not even trying to like cast doubt on you. I'm just wondering.
There's people that I've been following for years that has
Mhm.
come out, and other person that has come out with the same information. It correlates with what she is saying, and they don't know each other. One of the person
and
can
so
give
you see
information. Sorry.
you see it confirmed in real life, right? Like you're like, I actually witnessed this person said, hey, this is going down, and then you look, and then later it's boom, exactly that happens.
Yes.
Sure. It's not the whole Q narrative it's not entirely false. It's not a LARP. It's not completely made up, but
They throw truth in everything,
it's
though.
a military psyop. It's a military psyop. Like, so they are controlling what is getting let slip. Whatever is let slip, whatever dumbs we go and that I don't think there is white hats at war in the Vatican with the black hats. I don't see any good guys in going on in the major upper echelons of power, but maybe they are, and I'm just like too bitter and jaded to see it.
I saw footage of them fighting gunfight in Germany to get the servers there. That they did this the whole election. It went to the servers in Germany, and the Vatican is also involved using the Da Vinci satellite to change the voting in America with the whole Biden supposedly 80 million. The thing went already in court in Italy. It's already out, but it's not in the mainstream news there. But it's already going, and they're starting with the audit in the U.S. in Arizona. That's the first domino that's gonna fall. Then the other one's gonna follow. You guys will see.
Well, they say it's like what they say it's gonna pop off in August or something, right? And there's a guy. His name is Jurassic Liars 26. J backwards 3W. No, JEWARASSIC LIARS 26, and he's been doing syncretism work on Trump receiving some grievous head wound, and he thought it was going to happen on like 6/14 or something, but now he's saying like maybe it's going to happen on 8/4, but he's got all of these syncretism, like really pretty profound things that correlate Trump, Elvis, and the Space Needle on it. He thought it was 6/14, but now that it didn't happen on 6/14, he's like, I think this is going to happen on 6/4. And I don't know. Syncretism is a crazy thing. It's people looking at numbers in the future.
Oh, I love
and trying.
I love that. I study numerology too, but I think he's into gematria. He's in studying gematria. Gematria can go both ways. That's why I don't go really deep in gematria, because there was a guy who's very deep in gematria, and he's saying, look, for example, young Pharaoh, he's working for the Cabal, which I know for a fact he's not. So he just exposed himself there. And it shows also that the numbers can go both ways. So you cannot go fully on the numbers.
Oh yeah, no, it's a very complicated thing. I like
Yes.
JJ's got like a pineal window into a cubensi.
I tell you what it is. It looks like a
That
mushroom.
is
A mushroom. It looks like to me, maybe.
Yeah, it's a mushroom. And
wink, wink.
It's got mushroom, doors open.
Yeah, it's
Nice.
like Cunning's mind. Kick my trip out. Here we go.
Oh man, I have eaten so many
It's like open your
psychedelic.
mind, right?
Oh yeah, I've been many.
Bro,
Mostly when I go.
such a crazy thing, right? Because like psychedelics, I've had the most profound, innately meaningful, personal, spiritual experiences with those things. However, the culture was also co-opted in the 60s. They took
Yeah.
There was a bunch of people that were protesting the Vietnam War, and there was a bunch of people that were the Black Panthers were actually like a group of strong black men that were like, this is bullshit. We aren't gonna fucking let this Babylonian system screw us over anymore. And then they were like, they went into, Washington, D.C. and everywhere in the United States, and they took the Grateful Dead and they were like, boom, here's some free LSD. Just take this and screw each other and smoke some grass and just go fuck off. And
Yeah, but it blocked the subliminal crap from them. They could see that Vietnam was bullshit. Yeah, I mean, when everybody else was going for it, they could see the truth because it blocked it. I think.
that's true. That's true. I don't think they ended up shutting down the war. I don't know if protest. I don't know that I
What,
believe
the
in.
Vietnam War? The Vietnam War? You guys talking
Right.
about?
Right.
You-
I don't
you
know.
know-
I don't know that any of the protests stopped it because they got derailed.
No,
by
it
the
didn't
whole-
stop it. It woke up. I think it just some of the population woke up. They had kids that they keep awake, and then if you pass it down, it gets bigger. You know what I mean? That's all you have to do.
You guys know that what happened in the Gulf of Tonkin?
Oh yeah, yeah. That was Jim Morrison's father. He was the admiral or whatever, the captain on charge of a Navy ship that got supposedly fired upon by the Viet Cong. And Jim Morrison's dad, the same dude, he was a member of the Doors. The Doors is like a fucking rock and roll United States 1960s stop the war band.
Break on through.
They're
Yup,
Satanists.
and
They're Satanists.
of
And that-
course.
And what happened in the Gulf of Tonkin never happened. It never happened.
No, it's made up. It's made up. It's right.
All
So
wars
his
are
dad-
created, by the Rothschilds. It starts
Yeah.
at the top.
Dude, I don't even know if it's just the Rothschilds that creates them. I think that the Rothschilds are like part of some deep, sinister cabal within.
Yeah,
the
they're the
Vatican.
original money, though. They're the original sin. I think they're evil. It's most
They
humans anyway, and people.
They got the scratch. They got the money, man.
How do you live to over 100? And that many open heart surgeries, and
I know, bro.
Yeah.
Like you or me, or JJ or Alex, like we're gonna if our heart breaks down, if we got one, we'd be super lucky. After that, we'll be dead. Like that's no, you don't like it's not that you can't earn that type of money like legally or righteously. It's just that most people who earn that much money, if their heart fails, they just go to God. They're like, oh, okay, if they earned it well. And that's the amounts of ludicrous money, just stupid money. You have to fucking play the game to get those.
Yeah, you're in the game when you got.
I'm from down the street from Microsoft, man. Like, and I don't, most of the millionaires that I've met, it's not like I think they're in on anything or they know what the fuck is going on. But a lot of the people that have, $100, $50, $500 million, I'm like, I don't know. I wonder if you're breaking bread if you're hanging out at the lodge. I kind of bet you are.
Yeah. What's up, Tony?
Hey, nothing much. Nice.
I wondered how long you could sit down there before you got up here.
Yeah, I was gonna lie down a bit, and this way I figured I'll just jump on. This kid here next door there, he seems pretty smart. Pretty smart kid, so I like him. No homo.
No homo.
Yeah.
That's a trigger word and a half right there for some people. It's an instant like, "Ah!" It's funny though when you see people, like when the guys at the job site were always talking about girls and shit. This one guy kind of just quit listening and start back to work. That's what I'm talking. I don't care. I'm not here for views or fans. I'm just here. Good to hear everybody's opinion and where they're from and how they believe. It just depends on who's watched more TV than the other one. It seems like.
Yeah, no, for sure. We're all shooting. A lot of this stuff that I'm offering up, most of it, right, is stuff that I've discerned from the best of my ability from the information.
Exactly, brother. Because the reason you learned because you did it and the other way wasn't right. So you do that enough, you pretty much on a track where and it doesn't really matter what other people think if you know true that what you're doing or saying is for the better for God. For everybody. That's the way I look at it. I don't feel guilty for talking the truth about the Bible and God. No one's gonna make me feel bad about it at all. He's the only one really I have to worry about. And that's
Jesus
the way I
says something to the effect of like, if you don't get hated on for
doing something right
for preaching the gospel, then you might have like missed a step somewhere.
Yeah.
Like people don't like it. They aren't supposed to. It's not like it's a really serious thing, right?
He came with a sword when he. Hey, I'm gonna mute for just a minute and then I'll be back on here. You guys keep going. I just gotta do.
All right, buddy. It's time to wake up. Where are you at?
I'm out in Montreal, Quebec, brother, in Canada.
Okay, cool.
How about yourself?
Thanks, buddy. Yeah, I got a friend out there. And I have a friend in Alberta too. My best friend lives up in Alberta.
Nice.
Oh, cool.
I like Canada. It seems like the cold kind of like brings people together or something in some way. It's just like you can't. My buddy in Alberta, he was telling me, he was like, dude, when you're out here, if it's like snowing and it's a blizzard, you have to put on. You pretty much like if someone comes knocks on your door, unless they're like a murderer, you have to let that dude in. It's like you just know your neighbors because it gets so flipping cold that you just have to.
Well, listen, it is cold, but maybe it's just exaggerated stories. But unless you're not used to any cold at all, then I could see that. But yeah, it gets pretty chilly there in the winter. -30, -40 Celsius. It's not fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just moved to Michigan.
Really?
So I'm like, yeah, out here it's wet, cold, and it's humid. It's I'm not sure what it gets in the winter, but I'm just doing a new thing, man. I'm like, God led me in this direction, and I'll take that as it is.
Well, good stuff. I mean, I don't want to take away from the rest of the show, but I'm interested. What do you mean by you're doing a new thing? Tell me about it.
Oh man, I was like, I was at a point in my life where I just didn't feel rewarded. I didn't feel like I was being on my highest and best use to God and others in the universe. And I'm not saying I'm there yet, but I was just, things were not, I was living with a woman that was my ex-girlfriend. So that is, just dot, dot, dot. But beyond that, I had an opportunity to come out here and meet some friends that are like-minded people that I know that like we agree on what the shape of the thing that we're walking around on is, or at least on what shape it's not. And that we agree on, that voting is just a sham. All of this there is a Satan. I don't care if you aren't a Christian. It doesn't matter. Satan is real, bro. Is it people that know what's going on enough to the point where I can talk to them and just tell them what I think, and they won't look at me like my head's screwed on sideways. And so I came out here, and it's really been a huge blessing. I really got set up with some good people out here. So I'm starting a business, doing some different stuff, starting a tech business and whatnot, because I just been playing guitar for my whole life. That's all I do, is I just play the guitar. I'd be playing you guys guitar right now, but that's what I do. I just play the guitar for people on the street, and I'm used to living in a big city, so I can just do it anywhere. But here it's different. It's farm town, but I've been doing good. I went and I played for like an hour at Walmart the other day, and I made $57 in an hour. It's just, people need music. They love it. It's the best job in the world.
Nice. How old are you, brother?
I'm 36.
36. Man, you look young for your age.
I know,
Took you
dude.
for your 20s.
I know, bro. I don't even know how it ended up like that.
That's how he smiles. He's so happy.
Yeah.
Oh, people get old when they get angry. They get old.
For sure, that'll do it. Wait,
Really?
dude, are you on a walk?
Yeah, I planned on it.
That's
You guys
tight.
are so involved in.
No,
Whenever you guys were talking about faith and stuff, my roommate said, "I thought you were gonna go walking." I was like, so that's why I gotta get some holy water or some shit before I get out of that place. Well, I'm getting ready to go in the woods in the dark, and I feel safer going out here. Hey, I just been taking the same course, letting God lead me whatever to do. I know I'm getting close. It's supposed to rain.
Yeah, it rained a bit here too, but I hear that there's been a lot of rain out there in the States, many different places.
Yeah, we're supposed to get like constant rain for a few hours or so. There is fireflies out here though.
Where are you at?
I'm in Missouri.
Okay. Yeah, my ex, she was a Whittington. She owned a bunch of oil drilling rights out there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
That's
she
cool.
was stupid rich woman.
Yeah,
She
I've
was
been
a
a thousandaire a few times in my life.
And I know, dude. Me too, man. I've put a
Hey.
lot. I've put a lot.
You know, I think about being rich is like being full of knowledge and spirit, and I got good health. I'm rich in health. That's
My
it.
bank account's in heaven, so I have an exorbitant amount of wealth. I'm not
There you go.
entirely too concerned with the balance down here in this place. I'm like, well, there's something in there. There's not. As long as I have enough money to stay alive.
Whenever you quit worrying about it, usually though you don't need it. 'Cause you
Yep.
get everything. I mean, you don't have to worry about it. It's hard
Yep.
to do, but you have to lose everything first. Almost it seems like that's the
Oh,
only
yeah.
way you can get rid of all the garbage. Is you're gonna have to get it taken from you because you won't
Sometimes
let
more
go.
than one.
Most people won't let go unless somebody takes it. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
This is a zoo. I walk over here all the time. Ah, it's really, really warm out here. This is like tornado season. You know what I mean?
It's humid, I bet.
It's weird. It's both. Because I think it was a year ago, I was in the same parking lot and the trees were bending over halfway and people were having picnic and shit, maybe 2 years ago. And I did a bit, had the video going and I was running and hanging on to this thing over here. It's crazy. It's the strongest winds I've ever felt, being outside.
Cool.
How'd you get 1,500 subscribers?
Who?
You.
I've had that. I don't know.
You know you have 1.47K, whatever that means.
Yeah, see the wind blowing real strong right now. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I've been doing this for a while.
Oh yeah.
I got over maybe like 2,300 videos, but I put a bunch of them on private lately. Like all of them.
That'll do it. That'll do it. Because I just got 333. Like I literally. The last
333.
Yeah.
Somebody go subscribe. Get that evil number up there.
I know, right? Illuminati
Go.
confirmed.
As far as I
Illuminati
can tell.
confirmed.
Hey,
To the peacock.
as far as I can tell,
Yeah.
drop me your link so I can get you off that 333.
Okay. Thanks, homie.
No problem. It'd be my pleasure.
I mean, that shit's funny because we're always talking about it and then here you boom. That's fucked up. Yeah.
They don't
Good
own
story.
those numbers, though. They don't own those numbers.
Oh, I know, but it's funny though. It always seems to pop up though. It's weird.
It's everywhere, dude.
I think it's just they want you to think that. I mean, I don't even if it's just your subconscious because you hear it so much, you notice it more. Kind of like when you buy a Nova and you start driving around and you see everybody else has got a Nova. You know what I mean, it's when you get it on your mind. That's what you see. That's what I look at sometimes.
Okay, I put the link.
You know what I mean?
And I put the link in both the chats. It's in the StreamYard and the YouTube.
But I mean, a lot of people you call it different things, but they say manifest a lot. But it's just like going to a rock concert movie or a rock concert or anything outside or church. And the last time I went to a church, my sister, I think, I went, but it's called Assembly of God, and it's like they call them campuses because they're giant churches, all fancy, and they take the tithing right out of your bank account. And they're up there like kind of like 70s church was. People are singing on stage, and it's like a rock concert exactly. They have the words behind them. The words are behind them, and everybody's singing the same words. It's the same feeling you get when you're at a rock concert. Exactly. You know what I mean? That's how it feels. I mean, so it just tells me something ain't right. I mean, I don't know if it should, I just don't think it should be equal. That's why it always freaks me out.
No,
You know what
I agree. That's not, and that's why I was just telling these people at the local Christian coffee shop today, because I'm like trying to get them to book me, and they will. I mean, they told me I don't have to play all praise music, but I just told them like the reason that I don't play praise music is that I play some gospel songs that I feel like inspired.
Yeah, but you know what? If you don't tell them that's gospel, they don't know.
Right. Yeah.
They don't. I'm serious because I'm old school. I used to listen to Petra, Guardian, all these Christian rock bands. And when I pull up somewhere, them motherfuckers still give me go shit, eat yourself look for listening to it because they weren't hearing what they were saying. They were just going by the music, not the words. You know what I mean?
Right.
You can say what you want, but I used to see people hating on Christian rock just because it was rock, not because it was Christian. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And that just tells me people like that, they don't listen to music to what any music I listen to what the meaning is and all that shit. As long as I know it's okay, it don't hurt me. If people are dumb, they don't know how to do that. They get sucked into that shit. That's just the way it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But they were super cool. I just, I heard that some of the praise music, the modern praise music is very canned and it's very like, I don't feel the presence of God when I hear that. When I listen to gospel music,
some of that you do, some of you don't. I agree.
Yeah.
I mean, that's always been that way. If it doesn't resonate with me, if you're listening to something and it doesn't keep your attention at all, You know,
Yeah.
I always, if I watch something that really hits with me, I watch the whole thing right there, and I drop everything. But if you're listening to something that's kind of mediocre, then you'd be doing all kinds of different stuff. You know what I mean?
Yep. Oh yeah. Oh man, I gotta clock out because I got shows to play tomorrow. I don't
Right
even
on,
know.
get your rest, brother.
It's
Hey,
Renegade.
I didn't. Sorry, I didn't know who you were at first because I wasn't thinking. You know.
Oh,
first
you're all
time.
good, homie. You're all good. Have a good night.
And I'm doing it on the phone, so looking at down there that little corner, took me a minute to see who you were.
Sure, it's real small. It's real small. It was
Hey,
nice
as
to meet
far as
you,
I
brother.
can tell. Hey, as far as I can tell.
Yeah.
Yeah, listen, yeah, I'd like to know more about you at a later date. Like, for example, my next question would have been, for example, a Whittington. So was she like one of the elite? Like, did you get a taste of that life? Tell me another time. I can see you're busy.
I got you, buddy. And I did not, but at various points I've been around some. I'm from down the street from Microsoft, so I've seen some things kind of from the peripheral, the side view, where I was like, "Whoa, I think this is hinky. There's something else going on here." But I didn't. She was not one of those.
All right.
The higher ups, but there's much more. There's much more to come. Hey, feel free to get in touch with me. I'll drop my email in.
Well, listen, I'll check out your channel. You could check out mine. Maybe you could come and guest one time. I definitely, if you're willing to share, I'd love to hear it. And I'm sure the people would love to hear it as well. And before, somehow you didn't post the link. But JJ, he is quietly dangerous. And he took care of it for you. You're up to 337 at least.
Nice. Hey,
yeah, I saw you
we
posted
go.
it in the private chat here, so I put it in the YouTube chat too.
Cool. All right, you guys, don't do anything I would do on a bicycle. I love you, each and every one.
I've probably already done it.
I know dude. You've probably done it like multiple times.
No, I've been riding the bike. You know.
That's my 2 cents. That's my 2 cents, baby. You can spend it how you want.
See you, man.
Peace.
Ciao, brother.
It's weird. Now it's cool up here on the hill.
So it's cool. About how much do you think it is right now, Sass?
Probably like 65 or 70 maybe. But,
right.
well, no, it was 88 just a minute ago. It's really weird. Hey, look, there's the moon. Just in time, look. Boom.
Hey, and you want to know something, brother? If you move the camera in such a way and catch a picture, you're going to get 2 moons. So that's like a little hint to people. The Bob Nodell's 2 moon theory is bullshit. It's a trick of the camera.
Yeah, we're going to see how it looks like 2 right there. I can't see 2, but the camera does, but there's not 2 to me.
Exactly. You're getting it, Sass. Motherfuckers are able to sell 2 suns because people are so fucking stupid today that they're gonna believe any shit.
Hey, look how much delay there is. See where you're still seeing that moon, but it's already been gone here for 10 seconds.
Exactly.
You're still showing it on here, and it's already gone. It's been gone for a minute.
You're seeing it with your own eyes. I love it.
They everything that we do, they edit. They have it before you do. You know what I mean? It's weird. Here's the Greene County Sheriff's Department. I. Just depends on how I look at them. Depends if they'll fuck with me or not. That's about the way they are. You know what? I was walking down here once and filming like this, and as soon as I filmed them, they turned around and started fucking with me. I told them, hey, I'm live on YouTube. I've been recording the whole time, and they left.
Who did?
The police, up like 3 times now since I've lived here, they messed with me for no reason. But I was live every time.
Yeah.
So, you know, try to accuse you of something like, well, I'll back up every minute to show you that wasn't me. You know what I mean?
Hey, that guy that just left, as far as you can tell, he says that he's a bit drunk. He's gonna go out play his guitar for tips. Man, that's fucking cool. I would love.
Oh
to
yeah,
see
I've seen. He got lots of videos playing outside. You know.
Really,
Oh yeah.
I really will go and check out his channel.
Hey, I actually met him on Voynich, but he was. I think that was the only time he was on there, and I followed his YouTube, and then got to be friends with him on Facebook too.
Fuck, JJ, you're young and you look young, and that guy looked younger than you, and he was 36, man.
Maybe it's the, bare face. Maybe.
Who knows?
Guy reminded me of Jerry Lewis, Jimmy. Hey, lady!
That was almost perfect, man.
Hey, there goes another sheriff car. Now it's two chances. I almost the other day I was in Dollar Tree. And some black lady said that came outside and said I was filming her booty. I was like, what? she was I said she was on the phone with the police telling them that. I was like, go ahead, I don't care. They came by, but they didn't do nothing. Cause who the fuck? I told her, who the fuck? People, that's what they want to think, you know what I mean?
Hey, look at what that kid is writing. Fuck. I mean, how could you tell me he doesn't have a taste of the fucking elite life that he can tell us some of their secrets? Look what he wrote.
I know. He don't care. He knows. My
He
God.
knows shit, this guy. Look what he wrote.
Hey, and I don't think that's why I just talked about triggering earlier, because he's a comedian. He knows that I mean him no harm.
Yeah, but look what he wrote. That he is Jerry Lewis III, and his mother's father was a rabbi named Morton, whatever.
He's funny. Yeah, he's pretty intelligent.
Okay, it's a joke that went right over my head. I usually miss the obvious. Fuck, sorry.
He said, I'm not really. Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. That throws me
To the
off.
full man.
But the other part is true. What the fuck are you doing? A guy this young should not be playing me like this. It's fucking working.
Right, Andrew, did you ever listen to Andrew Dice Clay?
Yeah, I used to know his
Get
concept.
all the work in bed, you. Yeah, I bet you could do him probably too, like Captain Jill.
I used to know his fucking concert by heart, Sass.
Oh man, I used to laugh and roll because he knew how to get under people's skin, and it was an act. I mean, come on, that's what he was doing.
Sass, have you ever heard me do the where you think I got it from? Right, where do you think I got it from? It was from
Well.
Dice Clay.
Now, as soon as he said that, I'm like, yeah, I guess I just took it for granted because I've heard it so many times. I like Don Rickles too,
Yeah, he was funny.
because people. He was the only one to get away with the stuff he was saying.
But again, he was their token getter away from, because him too,
Yeah.
he was like,
Sammy Davis. Yeah.
I mean, could you believe that even Sammy Davis was Freemason to the fucking teeth?
I know. The other day, Shaquille O'Neal had a ring on. One I saw where he had, the Mason's ring. And the guys in there couldn't believe it. He's been saying that for a long time.
Oh yeah, I mean Shaquille O'Neal has always fucking paraded his Freemasonry, top level Freemason rings. Of course, that guy. They're not shy about it anymore. Some of them, Sass.
He played 20 years. He played 20 years with that big old huge body. You know what I mean?
Exactly, and LeBron James, Kobe Bryant, like we said, that motherfucker ain't dead. Come on, that was another fucking false flag shit. That's why that.
Well, look how many times they had cartoons with him getting killed in a helicopter a couple years before that.
Exactly.
Yeah, the cartoon.
Sorry,
Yeah,
who?
the cartoon.
They always show it before it happens, one way or another.
Yeah, there was a cartoon where he died in a helicopter crash.
Right, JJ, you saw that.
Yeah.
They put it in cartoons a lot too, so kids
Yeah.
see it. So they grow up already in the mentality, it's already there.
Exactly.
Yeah,
It's
there's
the
no-
predictive programming that they do.
Yep.
But
Yeah.
but I don't think he's dead though, Sass. Kobe Bryant is alive and well somewhere. Don't you worry about
Oh, yeah.
that. It's only fake.
Yeah, I don't believe anything the mainstream says anyway. So
That's
nothing.
why I was kind of chuckling inside when, as far as I can tell, starts going. Well, I just discovered the real shape of the earth, and government is all fixed. I go, oh, that's good. You got
Hey.
level 1 taken care of. Wait till you see the.
Hey,
other
that's the way
100.
America is, though. America is on the level 1 still. They either know it all or nothing. That's the way it is. Because I still say chemtrails. People don't know what they are. You say flat Earth, they're like, what? Like they never even heard anybody say that before.
Right. What?
You know, there's a lot of people, but there's not near as many as you think compared to the world.
Look at this. Now he throws that his dad used to live next door to Anton LaVey. Hey, guys, I think this guy is playing with us. We need to talk to him some more soon. Hey, we need to talk to you as far as I can tell. All right.
Hey, look, I don't think he's being serious. He's stoned. I can tell he's ripped on something.
Okay. All
He was
right.
smiling too much. He might be tripping.
All right. He might be playing us. That's good. It's very funny. I enjoy that.
I think that's all. He's just playing the same, you know, he's being like just like we are. He don't mean no harm. He's just seeing who will trigger, probably. I do that shit.
That's why it would be weird to find out, okay, his girlfriend is a Liddington Filthy Rich. He's Jerry Lewis the Third. He's married to
I wish he was.
He lived next door to Anton LaVey. You're right.
Yeah.
I'm being played.
That's funny shit, though. He said that. See, when he said, I am Jerry Lewis, that's when you know words don't bother him. He's going with we created scenario. Now he's running with it, right?
You see why I seek out more intelligent than me people like you, Sass. That fucking shit for a second, I nearly believed him. And now I'm feeling stupid.
No, I've seen him. I've never seen him do anything evil. And all the watchings or even say anything against anybody. I'm just saying.
No, I know he's a good guy. I'm sure of it.
And really, all we can go by is the track record. You can't predict who people are. You know, I don't try to.
Yeah.
I've seen people that a lot of people don't like, and I think they're okay. You know what I mean? So everybody has different perception. Some people just don't see it.
Yeah, I think us naturally as humans want to trust right off the bat until they show otherwise, right?
Well, I've trusted everyone my whole life till I just got burned too many times, and I couldn't do it anymore. So I had to keep gears up until I got to spill them out first. Time's short, life's precious, right? I don't want to spend any of it with people that are going to be against me and hiding it when they're doing it. I ain't into that.
Sass, I need your advice.
Well, it's just like laying with a dog and getting fleas. It's all the same bullshit. You're just putting different terms to affect different people. That's all it is. It's all the same message.
Yeah,
But nobody cares anymore.
Yeah, no. I need to ask you something, and I need your advice. Okay, listen. The kid, as far as I can tell, now he's saying that he's not being sarcastic. He's not shitting us. The only thing he might have lied about was the Jerry Lewis the Third part. Now, that's the only part that he said. The moment he said that, he was kidding us. So now I need to ask you, is he still kidding us, or what's going on?
Well, I haven't seen the chat, so I've just been talking without even seeing it.
He's saying,
just ask the people here.
Okay, people.
I haven't seen it. They've all seen what's going on. Ask them.
Yeah. Hey, Cindy, is he telling the truth or not? What's going on, Cindy?
I haven't seen any of it because I'm walking.
Yeah. By the way, Sass, I'm having a good time with this. It's funny.
Okay. Hey, I ain't got nothing to hide, so neither do you. So no worries.
Tony, did you
I had an exciting life, but it was pretty boring in that part of being arrested or any overdoses or drugs. That part of my life was real boring. But I was always active, playing sports or just trying to stay in shape. So I've ever done.
Hey, Tony, did you hear my joke the other day about the rooster?
Yeah, the Queen.
Yeah.
Were you there for that, Tony?
Yes, I was.
Okay, because I was gonna play it on you. Okay.
It won't work.
Hey, you didn't play it on me. I went along. I told you I wasn't going to do it.
You
Hey,
fell
the
for it
thing's in
too.
the
Wasn't you?
house. The code is in the house.
Oh, I need to drop. Can you get the link or I need to drop it?
I hear crickets.
I don't know. Yeah. I don't
The
know.
lady,
You know.
the lady, the code came on earlier, Sass, and she said that the code was working on a new piece, apparently a dedication to her ex-husband, and
Yeah,
so
no.
it sounds like it's gonna be awesome. He was gonna be finished in a bit. I don't know if he's done.
Oh, nice.
Okay. I can't. I think Cindy said she above.
Yeah, that's it. What do you think, Cindy? Do you think he's joking? Because he claims that his girlfriend is a lady, somebody who had all kinds of shitload of money, and we know that if you got that much money, you have to be in the club. Then he says that he was Jerry Lewis III, but he says that part might be exaggerated. Then his grandfather is a rabbi, and his dad used to live next door to Anton LaVey. What do you think? Is he?
There you go. Hey, here we go. Now you can talk to him. Here he is.
Come on, man. Are you kidding us or what's going on?
I love it.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
you're doing good.
Okay, hold on one second. Let
I'm
me
glad
get this
you came out
so
there,
that
bud.
it's coming through my headphones. Just one sec.
People can stand up.
Okay. All right. So ask away.
All right. Well, you just said that you were about to go outside and play the guitar. Well, where's your guitar? I mean, it can't be that far away.
He plays.
There we go, man.
Is that what you're talking about?
Nice.
Yeah. That one.
He just played the other day live. Yeah. Good.
Yeah, something like that. Whatever, you know.
It looks like you know what you're doing.
But no, really, literally, the only thing that I told you that was untrue, and I understand why you would be skeptical. You know what, dude? The fucking shills are coming out our ears. This is the
Right.
truth community. It's full of liars and fakes. I'm sorry, people don't like to hear it. People have caught like major beefs with me because I've told them that Owen Benjamin is likely a fucking transsexual, and that the whole bear community is just a like big homo romp in the woods trying to
They are.
and I'm just, what the fuck is wrong with you guys? This is weird. And this dude, he's from Helly Weird. He was in Thor. Like, okay, I understand why. I get it. But I'm just telling you, my father worked for Warner Electra Atlantic. He sold records, and him and his friends told me, because I was good at playing guitar when I was young. They told me, like, you don't want to be a rock star. It's a stressful, like, fucked up job, and it's a shady industry full of fake people. But they were too dense. They were too bought into the narrative. They didn't know about occultism. They didn't know that there was like real, like, dark spiritual forces going on. And yeah, my grandpa was a rabbi. He was like a crystal gripping hippie new age rabbi. He was part of a group called the Spiritual Rights Foundation in Berkeley. And like, I mean, it's all, this shit's fucking true story. And he was a great dude. He read all these books by Emanuel Swedenborg, and he was very much on the fence in between like Messianic Judaism, which would be that he accepted Christ as his savior, and just Judaism. But he was very much into Jesus. He understood the concept of grace salvation, and he accepted that. He just didn't, he was, he was just raised Jewish since he was a little kid. He was from Romania.
Well, there's nothing wrong with being Jewish, not at all. Was he a Freemason?
No, dude, not that I know of. I don't think so. I really don't think so.
Cool.
But have you ever met, and like, because I've met third degree Masons, and some of these guys they're just like, what they tell me is that and trust me, I know, I've read Albert Pike's writings. I know what the Masons are about at the highest level. But I also know what the Vatican is about. And I've met Catholic people that are great people. I meet Catholic people that are really honest to God. They they make sandwiches for the homeless, and they're always out trying to go and help people and just be kind and loving. And I don't know, they might buy
I was
into
raised
fear,
Catholic.
right? Yeah, totally.
I'm still a
Totally.
piece of shit motherfucker sometimes, but I was raised Catholic.
Oh, I'm sure you are, bro. So am I.
Cool. So really, okay. So Anton LaVey, who did you say lived next to Anton LaVey?
My dad, Jay Babbitt,
Really?
he used to work for Warner Brothers Records and Warner Electra Atlantic selling video
Your
and
dad
stuff.
did.
Yeah, and he just passed away recently, but he used to tell me that he was like, because I would tell him all about all this conspiracy stuff. 7-Eleven was a part-time job, or the COVID's a hoax, or whatever. I'm sorry. I hope this doesn't get your channel like struck or get us extra.
We have no fear. You ain't got to
Have
worry
no
about this.
fear.
No fear. That's right, Sass.
But
I ain't here for no dollar.
I used to tell him all that, and he'd be like, "No, Russell, that's not." He'd be like, "That's just like, no, we would know that." But oh fuck, I lost my train of thought, dude. I'm super baked.
Something about your dad. He used to tell you.
Oh, Anton LaVey. So
Yeah.
he used to tell me, because I'd tell him like all of the Helly Weird, all of these people, they're dark occultists.
Yes.
You can see they put it on their album covers. They do little things with their hands. They try to like tell you it's everywhere. If you just pay attention, there's no way that this is coincidental. It's just,
Exactly.
this is
There are
them.
no coincidences.
It's them making a statement. And he
It's in
told
your
me,
face.
like, right. He told me like, oh yeah, I know there's some weird stuff, like, and then I know that, a lot of the rock stars and stuff are into weird different things, but he's like, me and your mom used to live next to the guy who wrote the Satanist Bible, and when we lived in San Francisco, and I was like, what, really? And he was like, yeah, I used to work at the record store. And he would come in and he would get all of these like Cuban folk records from the 1900s, like early 1900s, just weird, obscure music. And my dad said that he went and sold him some grass one time. And that was the only time he ever went over there. And he was literally his next door neighbor. And he lived in this Gothic Victorian house. And so he goes and he brings him the bud. And then he like walked in the door and he was trying to just give it to him like on the doorstep, because they lived in San Francisco in the fucking 70s. It wasn't a big deal. But he was like, no, come in. And there's like a little statue of some kind of like cherub or something holding its hand out, its palm out, and it had a bunch of joints rolled up in it. And then he went to like into his like entryway, and there's some type of like old player piano set up, and that player piano had like a mannequin that was dressed up as a dead prostitute, and it was like just eerie and creepy to my dad. And the player piano was playing, and my dad was just like, here man, do you want this or not? Like, I gotta go. And he was like, I never talked to him again. And so I would just fill his record orders at the store. And I would just kind of look at him like, fuck, man, this guy is a weirdo. But I guess not, because I did ask my dad before he died if anything happened. Like, I was like, did he have like big weird parties, or did you ever see anything weird over there? And he was like, no. He just like he would go in and out of that house, and then he'd go and be gone for nights at a time or whatever, doing whatever the fuck he did. But yeah, true story.
Wow.
Sorry, I got boots on.
Hey, Sass, I don't know what's going on in the chat. I just looked, and some guy called Whippersnapper is giving Cindy a hard time.
If I don't know who they are, ask them or get rid
I
of
just
them.
did give her a hard time. No, I just did. She said, if he's a guitar player, he's a liar. And I said, nice to know you actually think outside of the bookends, you close-minded wench. Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
just block them
trying to be
forever. I
nice.
don't want to deal with them because I won't be nice. Just block them.
Oh, I think Cindy's talking about as far as I know.
No, that was me. That was me. I literally, if you,
Oh, okay.
I literally know. I told you that. Like you just called me a liar. You said if he's a guitar player, he's a liar. And I said,
He can play. I've watched him perform on the streets. He's got all kinds of stuff on YouTube and Facebook.
I said, nice to know you actually think outside of the bookends, you close-minded wench. Jesus Christ, I was trying to be nice.
I
Now-
think Cindy was joking around.
I'm sorry.
Right, I'm
She's,
sorry, Cindy, but if you know, I'm not. I'm.
Hey,
really
you got
not
balls
sorry.
at least. You ain't pretending to be a guy. You are one. Sorry. I would have done the same thing. So would have Tony. Probably Tony would have been worse. So
Yeah. I'm
Listen.
not. Yeah.
Tony would have called him more than a winch.
Yeah, but yeah, that's it.
I'm just saying, you got words are words. That's all you've been preaching. We all have to do that, man. You can't be,
yeah, just
fly by the night. I've been doing it.
Yeah,
If I can do it, anybody can.
yeah, but listen,
Huh?
Cindy is a good girl as far
I know
as
she is.
can tell.
Cindy, I'm not trying to hurt your feelings, my dear, but you literally said if he is a guitar player, he is a liar. And so I had sarcastically said, and sure, I've told lies. I'm
Oh,
a
maybe
fallen
she's talking
demon.
about in general
I'm a
that all
fallen-
guitar players are
fallen
liars.
demon. Right. That's literally that's like if I said if she's a woman, she's a liar.
Yeah,
That's
but I
not-
think it's her. She's older than us, and it's a sense of humor.
You know,
Because
Cindy
All
is
right.
saying,
hey, I kind of think I know her humor though, because I'm old.
yeah,
Like someone came in the pawn shop and they said, "I need to get my husband something for Christmas." I said, "What's he do for a living?" She said, "He's a guitar player." I said, "Get him a paycheck." So it's just
so
it's
that's
just humor, I think. I don't think-
Just give me a second to fix it. So yeah, Cindy. So I think she was joking as far as I could tell. And obviously, Cindy, he jumped the gun as well. She's 72 years old, as far as I could tell. So like normally, like a lot of respect we should show her.
exactly when you get to live that long,
Cindy,
you got to just respect
Cindy,
them, what they're saying.
listen, my dear Cindy, this is your home, okay? I don't want to make you uncomfortable. I respect you. I do. And
It's
so
all good.
if listen, either you accept my apology based on
You will.
I'm saying, look, I'm
Listen,
kind of sorry,
as far
but
as I can
you
tell,
called
listen.
me a liar. You called me a liar,
Okay, and
and
that
I called you a
understand.
name. I got a little bit upset. Either that or I will go kick rocks and you can maintain this space and you get to be an op here and feel however you feel about that. But listen, Cindy, I'm not going to co-sign any bullshit. You called me a liar and I had cracked one joke and made one sarcastic comment and not lied.
Okay.
And you're kind of like I feel like
know what I
you're
think?
setting a double standard here.
It's better off, I know, but usually I just get quiet myself because I always say shit I don't mean later because I'm mad. That's
Yeah,
just,
but,
I mean,
but Sass, in
it's easy to do. It is, especially
Yeah,
for Buzz.
yeah,
Sometimes you
Look,
like,
okay,
you know,
look.
No,
I'm not mad at nobody
don't go
myself.
nowhere.
Listen, Cindy,
go nowhere.
God bless you, dear.
No,
Okay,
no,
you can
no,
tell
no,
me.
no,
No.
don't leave. Don't leave.
Hey, no,
Don't leave,
bro.
okay,
please.
I'll
Don't
dude,
leave.
I'll come back. I'll come on your
No,
channel.
don't
It's cool. I'll
leave.
come on Sasquatch's channel another time.
No,
I don't want to.
No.
Hey, it's
This is
okay
the
if he's not
problem.
comfortable.
This
Ain't worried
is
about
the
it.
problem with the world. Sass, could you give me a second? Sass, could you give me a few seconds to talk?
Oh yeah.
Okay, thanks, brother. Listen, as far as I can tell, this is what I'm seeing. We're all on edge. We are
Yes.
all on edge.
Yep.
And so, like, I mean, right now, any fucking little comment, sometimes it's a freaking joke or whatever. And a lot of us are ready to fucking jump out of our minds. And this is the shit we gotta stop. We gotta stop getting fucking butt hurt over one thing or another. The moment you realize you're with a good person, I mean, if we were face to face, we would all be fucking laughing about this. But right
Yeah.
now, if one person takes it serious, another thinks it's a joke, another thinks, we all come from different places. So like right now, a little joke could have turned out into being some type of a big scandal when in reality, it's just a fucking joke right now.
Thank you, brother. And you know what, Cindy, I honestly swear to God, the God of the Bible. I'm sorry. Like I really, I did. When I read that, I didn't know if it's a joke or what it is. I just saw if he's a guitar player, he's a liar, and I'm just reacted.
Exactly.
Hey, it's okay.
I'm-
We all do it.
Yeah, and
Right,
that's a
and
great
it's not. And
apology.
I don't think that you're a closed-minded wench. That's not. I don't know you. I don't know you from Eve. I really
He didn't
don't know
call you a
from Eve.
maggot.
And I doubt that you're closed-minded or a wench. So I was just trying to be mean, and I just got
Thanks,
my
man.
feelings hurt.
At least you got balls. Most people ain't got balls to even say any of that. They
Yeah.
just let
Hey,
stuff off and go.
Cindy, you gotta admit, the kid has a little bit of us in him. Come on, man. He's got the fucking sarcasm and the sharp tongue. You gotta admire that, Cindy. Come on, he's the younger generation. He's
Hey,
the
it's just
guy
not
that's gonna
fork, it's
replace
not
us.
fork, it's spoon, right?
That's right. This is the kid that's gonna replace us, Cindy. Come on,
Oh,
you're
God,
a wedge, and I'm a maggot, and this guy's gonna replace us.
I can't repeat what I am.
Oh shit! Really? What is it, Sass? I want to hear it.
It's too
No,
bad for YouTube.
No, I've been called everything, so none of it matters. I'm desensitized. The words don't hurt me.
Yeah, but everybody's at their own level, Cindy. Like I mean,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Cindy, how many times do I miss some of your sarcastic remarks? They go right over my head. I mean, some
Yeah.
people are more advanced than others, you know?
Yeah, but you can live in a different state, and that can happen too. It's just that everybody has their own kind of language of how they say things.
Exactly.
In the United States, especially, it's like every 50 countries, not 50 states.
Exactly. That's right. But fuck, man, I'm interested. Where did he go? Oh, there he is. So listen, brother. Okay, look. I mean, you said that your dad worked for Warner Brothers as a director.
No, bro. He sold video. He was
Okay.
he was the Warner Electra Atlantic video sales rep of the year, like 20 years in a row or something.
Oh,
They do have some good
For the
vacations,
West
didn't you?
Coast. Yeah. Oh, dude, we had good vacations, and I got all the free brainwashing that I was not
Sugar-coated.
entitled to as a young man. We had 2,000 VHS videos. I could just go, and I watched Goodfellas when I was 7, and that's not a good thing. You don't. I went to dinner, and I was like, my dad said something, and I was like, "Is that funny?" And he's like, "What?" And I said, "Funny how? Funny like a fucking clown?" And he just all looked at me like, "Wait, did you go into the upper? Did you get a stool and go to the upper shelf where those R-rated movies are? Because, oh no, yeah."
Us, our R-rated movies, they were in a separate room up here in Canada.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, I went to that room one time. I was so fucking embarrassed. I was sneaky. I ducked. I don't know. This might even be too young for JJ. I don't even know if JJ knows about video cassettes. But you guys know, back in the day when you would have to go and rent video cassettes, right? So you got all your comedy, the adventure, all that shit. And then
before that, there was only magazines.
Right? Exactly. But now the X-rated stuff, that one, it was in like a separate room in the corner with a door on it. You know, like one of these sliding doors, like a bar. So, you know, like when I was young, I went one time only, okay? One time. And I go there and you have to see me like I'm looking around to see. I don't want anybody to be looking as I'm sneaking closer and closer to that corner. And then right when I think that the 10 customers are looking at their boxes, I freaking dive inside that place so that nobody sees me. I tell you, it was so fucking embarrassing.
Holy shit. It's raining now.
So listen. So where did you grow up, though? Was it always like you mentioned San Francisco, or?
No. I was born in Placerville, California when I was 3. That's like Northern California. That's after my dad moved up north, because he had my sister, and then we moved up here when I was 3, or up north when I was 3 to Redmond, which is like that's where Microsoft is. It's near Seattle, very just across the bridge. And so I'm used to living around a bunch of rich people, and I mean a bunch of people that were likely like Masons, and I've met some Masons and dark occultists in my life, but they weren't the people that I thought they would be. I feel like if like I never met, Bill Gates, I never met any of these people that I'm like, you guys are in on it. I just met a bunch of rich, stupid people.
Yeah. Well, you're not gonna really recognize them, right? I mean, if shit happens, like let's be honest, if Hillary Clinton was not in the news as much as she was, and you go up to her, you're not thinking she's a demon, you know?
Totally. I agree, dude. I agree. If you saw her at the bookstore or something and you had never seen her on the television, you might think this woman looks a little strange.
Exactly.
But you wouldn't be like, this is bad.
That's right. They don't usually go out and say, hey, how are you doing? You're having a good day. I like to eat babies. That's not usually the way. I hate to say it like that.
Like The Rock did that time. Like, how do you? He said 13. He goes, good. I only eat boys under 12.
Yeah, that's disgusting, man. That's why I can never watch. Not just that. I did a whole fucking video on that bitch. Anyways, The Rock. We're talking about The Rock. I grew up worshiping a fucking wrestler. Could you believe it, Russell?
Oh man, that's
I think
I
most of us
could
do,
could because that's how we're shaped.
I know. But being that you're so decent in music, did you ever try in there? Did you brush up against that, or it's just something you picked up on the side?
Well, I've been playing since I was 16, and I played at Pike Place Market, which is like that's where
Sorry, Decone. I didn't see you back there till just now, dude.
it's where the like all the street musicians play in Seattle. It's where all the tourists go. And I went there, and oh nice, this guy's got a lit background.
Hey, the cone, he had a nice little brush with stuff like that.
Oh, did you?
He plays guitar too. Hey, the cone, how you doing? And the lady?
She's not here. She's out running around.
All
Oh
right.
no, dude, I know you from Voice Channel.
Nope, never been to that guy's channel. I don't know who he is.
Oh, never mind, dude.
Oh,
There's
wait,
a very
I know who he is, but I've never been
Yeah.
to his channel.
Oh, really?
Mm-mm.
Oh, that's crazy, dude. There's a guy who has a similar background, and he smokes hella dank, and he takes mad dabs on screen.
I take
And I
dabs
thought
on
that was-
weed. I don't smoke weed.
I thought
That's
it was
bad.
you.
Just dabs, yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't even. I know that boy. I've heard his name before. I heard he's a bitch, but I ain't never been to his channel. I'm just
There you
saying
go.
how it is. I ain't heard no different, so no one's ever said nothing different. I got to go with what I heard. So
There you go. Chalk that up to the game, homie.
I only seen you over there one time, Russell.
What's that?
I only
Oh,
seen
yeah.
you there once.
Yeah. I just dip my toe in, see what's up.
Yeah, and then I don't remember how it happened, but I found your channel or something.
Oh,
It's-
dude,
that's
I'm
what
on,
you're
bro. I'm
gonna
on. Baldini is my homie. So if you're in
Oh, that was the
unintended
that was the
consequences, he's been on.
that
He's been on my show a bunch. So
Really?
Oh no. Hang on, folks. I'm gonna mute while I'm walking, please. Thank you.
Baldini's been on your show.
yeah, first episode of it. I don't know if that's still up. That one was about God. Let me see if that's up right now, because that one was about God, and I was the first person to interview him about. That was the first time he ever talked about God on the YouTube, on the interweb. Let me see.
That was the
Oh,
first
yep,
time.
yep,
that-
dude. It's still here, bro. It's still here.
It's still
2
there.
hours and 39 minutes of me and
Hold
him
on.
talking about Jesus
really?
and God. Before I even was, when I was still skeptical of God, I thought God was maybe a mean character, like a bad guy or something, a demiurge or something. I was thinking in a Gnostic
So
fashion.
you're saying this one here, a fact, episode 1, the Great Baldini.
Yep, that's it, dude. That's it. I'm gonna just copy and paste it right now.
No need. I'm already downloading it.
Okay, cool. You got it. it's a good one, dude. He's
I can't wait
I like
to
that guy.
listen.
He's like my dad.
He's like your dad.
Well, I mean, if my dad had been really smart and not like
Oh, you shouldn't insult your dad like that, buddy. That's not.
Well,
How do you know Baldini, brother?
I know him because he and I like connected on the interweb on Fedbook, and then I ended up meeting up with him in Seattle. He and I had this mutual interest in something that I helped him out with, business concern, like music stuff. And he's in the music industry and he's in
I
the
know.
audio industry,
I know.
and he's helped me out a lot with
In what way?
so dude, just with advice, just in general, like what I should do, what I shouldn't do. Like there's a guy that's right now I'm working at on an album at a donation only studio in Seaside, Oregon, Seaside Studios, with this guy that is he produced the Persuasions Chain Gang album. I mean, he worked for Capitol Records for years, but he quit Capitol in the 80s because he didn't want to make disco music. And I, you know, when I have a question like that, like Baldini, this guy wants to record my music, and I don't know if I can trust him or what. That's who I ask, is him, because I know he would know, and he gives me good advice. And that guy, he knows COVID's a hoax. He's fucking cool. I got to get him on the show. But
Yeah, me too. I've been trying, but we don't seem to click. When was the first time you ever met the guy?
Thanksgiving of like, I don't know, like maybe 2019 or something. Yeah.
Oh, so
like
it's
that.
only 2 years you know the guy.
Yeah. We're not like thick as thieves, but I mean, I know him better than a lot of us know him.
I don't think you know it more than I do. But when you said that you were working on something with him, like what do you mean? Like he seeked out your help for something, or you seeked it out of his? When you guys collaborated on whatever the project was.
Right. No, it's both. I asked him. Well, it's you know, I don't want to go into it, honestly. I guess it's a thing, but yeah, it's not any like dark Freemasonic secret. It's just it's a music project.
Why would you think I would think it's a dark Freemasonic secret?
Because earlier you were like, "Oh, this motherfucker, I don't know if he's a shill."
No, I never said that. I was joking around. I thought you were extremely cool.
Okay, I don't know, dude. I don't know. I'm just telling you. I don't want to go into it because that's a like it's something that has to do with business, with his sound business, and my sound business, and I just don't know if he wants me to talk about it on the interweb.
Oh, he keeps a lot of secrets.
No, not really, dude. The dude's pretty. But he does go by a moniker, right? Like you have to understand that what he does is his job position is such as he can't say I'm Russell Babbitt and keep that job. It's just like it's not everyone's
well, he's
boss.
Randy Newman. Why can't he say he's Randy Newman and keep the job? Oh, you didn't know his name was Randy Newman, I'm sure.
Bro, dude, I don't even want to fucking get into that. That's not like that's his business. That's his, if he wants to.
No, he's got his own YouTube page. I'm not releasing no secrets here. He's got his own YouTube page, Randy Newman. He was in a band, 40 years friend with Joe Ray. I guess I know him much more than you do.
Dude, I know all that stuff, bro. But what I'm wondering is, why is it that you feel when he goes to a personal effort to go out of his way to use a moniker and maintain some anonymity in an industry that really doesn't appreciate people telling the truth, and he's still brave enough to tell it? And sure, yeah, he uses a moniker. What I don't understand is Why is it that you're so comfortable just like throwing his name out there like it's nothing?
Well, here, before I answer your question, just to show that you're probably on the wrong way, could I ask you, what is a moniker exactly?
An alias. An AKA.
Oh, like a nickname or an AKA.
Yep.
Now, so right now, brother, again, I still like you, don't get me wrong. But look, you right away thought that I was going to throw out some type of name just because the guy's using a moniker and all that shit, while I never even fucking knew what the word moniker meant. To me, brother, almost looks like you're being a bit defensive right now. I don't know why.
Dude, I'm just trying to. He intentionally does not use his name. Like, so I don't know why you are saying it. Does that make sense?
A little bit. In other words, you're saying that, yes, he's Randy Newman, but for some reason he likes to hide it as much as he possibly can. And I don't want to be the one that releases that information, and I'm wondering how you know his name. Is it something like that?
No, dude. It's bro, a moniker is an informal name. It's just
okay.
It's not a formal name. It's not his given name. Like,
I
and
know.
he doesn't want to use it.
I get it, brother. I mean, obviously, nobody's going to be called the Great Baldini. If a mother calls the baby the Great Baldini, the mother has a problem. We agree?
Yeah, yeah.
Right. So I know that the Great Baldini is not his name. But I'm just wondering why for you felt that by me saying his real name right now, which is public information, why that would upset you a little bit.
Dude, just because I personally address him as his moniker because that's what he wants to go by on the air. And I know him personally as a human being. He's a Christian human guy.
Extremely interested.
Right. He's a Christian human guy and he's got a life and he doesn't want to fucking have that interfere with his job. That's why.
Okay. But he, like lately, just in case you know, he doesn't care about his job anymore. He seems to be wanting to get kicked out. Did you know that about him?
Dude, I do know that, but that doesn't mean that I'm like gonna start calling him by his name. You see what I'm saying?
All right, I don't want to upset you. Let me.
Dude, you're not upsetting me, bro. I'm just unclear on why. Like, if you don't trust Baldini, that's fine. A lot of people don't. You don't have to. He's not a fucking prophet. I don't think he's always right. He's just a guy. I just like him. Like, and I personally know him as a human being. I've met him. And outside of any show,
does he have a facade on YouTube, like somebody like acting a certain role?
Sure, dude. I mean, anyone could. Like, how?
Oh, I know, but I'm just asking if you know him personally, then you know that. If that's just a character,
right? That as far as I can tell, from like going and eating dinner with him and his wife, it's a real thing. Like, you know,
listen, just an off-subject question. Then you can continue on Sassy. Did you guys eat soup? Because the guy doesn't have any teeth.
I don't even know him myself. I don't know. I've never been around him. All I've seen was, he just never passed one time, maybe. I don't even know if he has a channel. I can't find anybody on YouTube, it seems like.
I know. So listen, Russell.
We actually did. Yeah.
You ate soup or what?
Tortilla soup, yeah.
Tortilla soup. Oh, you got it, Sasquatch.
What?
No, because listen, we didn't know until Baldini admitted it himself that he has no teeth. And so that's one of the reasons why he closed himself in his house for 3 years after his last bankruptcy, 3 years ago, he didn't like to go out because he had no teeth. So if you ate with him, I was wondering what type of supper you guys had. It had to be something very soft. Just my thought.
Dude, I mean, I don't know how many people have you known with false teeth. Like, I've known a lot of people with false teeth that could eat all types of stuff. They were good false teeth.
Well, did he have false teeth or no teeth at all? I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, he had false teeth.
Or freaking, oh, you know what, dude? No, actually, I think he has them, but I think he doesn't wear them. Like,
I think so, because why would he say that the reason he doesn't like to go out in public is because his teeth, he has no more and it's all fucked up? Because in my mind, if he had dentures,
yeah, but sometimes they don't make them right though, Tony, and people look like a horse. You've seen them, big old fucking, and that's I'd rather look no teeth than big fucking ass teeth.
Dude, why would anyone?
You know what I mean?
Care? Why would anyone care
that's more
about what somebody else thought about them? It's not a healthy.
I know that's the way that America is. So it's all about appearance.
It's just that's part of our culture. That we deal with that as humans. Like, I'm sorry, but sometimes I care what other people think about me.
No,
everybody looks at us different than we look at ourselves, though. I know that. But you're a tough crowd.
No, everything is going good, Sass.
I guess a blowjob's out of the question. I ain't mad.
I gotta get some water, dude. I'll be right back.
I've been walking the whole time and I ain't drinking shit.
Man, I'm gonna grab a smoke.
Here's the peacocks. It's gonna storm soon, but I just kind of seen if lightning might get close to me.
It looks nice. Listen, people, and Sass, please, I hate to do this, but you know that God works in mysterious ways. So there's gotta be a reason. Yeah, there's gotta be a reason why all this is happening.
Exactly. It's me.
So do you have
everything happens because it happens for a reason. Well, it'll always comes up eventually.
Do you have a beef with Baldini, Joe or Tony?
Well, I don't really have a beef with him, but he definitely has one with me.
Well, dude, I mean, you've been airing out like things that he tries to keep anonymous, and I'm not breaking your balls. You know, you do what you're gonna do, but I mean that's a kind of adversarial way to work within the world. That's all I'm saying. Like I'm not.
No, for sure. Don't worry. You're not busting my balls. What do you mean? Have you heard about me, or is it just from what we've been talking about today?
No, dude.
He don't know nothing about it. You can tell in his lingo. He don't know it
tonight, bro.
I tried to say, go and look at some of his videos, and you'll see it. I thought everybody knew.
I never knew this guy, Sass. Sorry, I missed what you were saying, Russell.
Sorry.
Oh no. Just this evening. Like this is the first. I don't know you from Adam.
Me either.
Tony.
Yeah, I didn't know. I really liked you.
Yeah. Dude, you're cool. You're cool. You and me, we're cool, bro. I dig you.
Cool. But that's why. I mean, fuck. It's just because for you to like Baldini and think that it, for example, if Cindy, 72 years old, I met her just for the first time, her age, and I know a little bit of her background, and she goes, I really like Baldini. I'm going to take her word and I'm going to say, shit, if she sees something good in that guy, I want to like the guy too. But that's why. So me, I like you. And you seem to be very cool and shit like that. And so now you, a good guy that I thought, is saying, wow, Baldini is a really great guy. He's the first guy I ever had on my show and all this stuff. So that's why I want to know, like, what are the qualities that you seem to like about this guy? Help me understand to figure out why maybe there might be a little problem between me and him.
Dude, I don't even know what the issue between you and he is, or the subscription. I'm unfamiliar with it. But that being said, me personally, the reason I like him is that I've had positive interactions with him in a one-on-one way. He and I have had interesting conversations, man to man, on Fedbook, in real life, face to face, over the interweb, on the telephone, and he's like went out of his way to give me discerning advice regarding things that I didn't have another like positive male role model, whatever. And if you, I don't care if you think that's a joke. If you think, oh, well, I don't fucking know that guy and he's, he has false teeth. So that makes him this or that. Like, that doesn't matter to me. He gave me positive advice that was helpful and it was wise and discerning. And it turned out he didn't stand to gain anything from it. And it helped me, and it helped me in points when he like literally he was busy as hell, and it's not like he needed to come and answer my question about, hey, I've been talking to this girl, and this is what's going on. What should I do? So that's why. Yeah,
So
that's why I think he's a good guy.
So that means, so this guy clearly helped you out a lot. So was that when you were at your lowest point or something, and you needed somebody to help you out, like
Dude, and has nobody in the truth community has seen me at my lowest point anywhere near it. I've been maybe somewhere, somewhere like not doing so hot, but not like that, not in the least. It was just on an interpersonal level. Like, we made friends, and then he gave me good advice. That's it. That's literally it. It's not that he's an idol of mine in the truth community, that I heard him on Crow 777 and was like, oh, this is so da 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 da. This means this or that. This guy knows this or that. I just met him as a human, and he was good to me, and I was good to him, and he like treated me like a friend. And
so you knew
since then.
So you knew he appeared on the Crow Show months before.
I did know that. Yeah, I knew that he was on Crow. Yeah, like, but not because he told me that. Like, because I was talking. Yeah, something like that. Sure, whatever. But I feel like you're gonna chop this into some fucking video, like it's trying to make an expose on him. And in that case, like, go ahead and do it. It doesn't even matter. It doesn't matter to me. I don't. If he is some fucking Freemasonic dark occultist, expose him. I don't care. Like, I'm not part of that, and I have no fucking idea if that's the truth. But I kind of get the feeling like you are hyper skeptical of the man. Does that make sense?
It does.
Yeah.
Why would you offer, if I feel like he's from some dark occultic Freemasonic type of a belief?
Dude, because of what you've said to me, and because of your, like, we're sitting here talking, having a conversation, we could talk about literally anything. There is so many things going on in the world, and we are talking about one man and what I know about him.
But you brought him up, not me. It's not like it came up in a conversation, brother.
Dude, what do you just spit it out, Tony? What do you want to know? Do you want to know if I think Baldini's a shill, or do you want to know if?
Well, I know you don't think he's a shill publicly right now, because you've mentioned that he's a great guy. He tells the truth. He uses a moniker. He was on Crow, and he helped you out. So right now, publicly, you clearly believe that he's not a shill. Now, privately, it seems like maybe you know something more than you're not saying. To me, I mean, put yourself in my position, brother.
No, I see, but the thing is, like, I honestly don't know what your position is, because I haven't, dude, there's so many shill nanigans going on. There's shills fucking everywhere. Like I said, I've caught mad beef for calling Owen a tranny fucking hate monger weirdo, and just pointing out that how crazy Owen is.
Well, would it surprise you if I told you that Baldini truly likes Owen Benjamin? That he's actually very impressed with the Berteria cult that Owen Benjamin is starting? Would that catch you as a surprise?
Sure, man. I mean, in what respect? Like, so how can you substantiate that? Like, I don't.
He quotes him and everything on his show. He quotes Owen Benjamin. He says, first he used to say that he didn't like him, and now he does because another guy, Ceiling Fan Man, he likes the Berteria people. But you admitted yourself that the Berteria is nothing but a cult in the making, right? And that Owen Benjamin.
Oh, dude, he's a fucking charlatan. He's a shill of the highest order.
Even a tranny, you say, eh? Because that's the hardest.
Dude, quite possibly, dude. We can't prove that, but dude, he dated Christina Ricci.
Yeah, I know.
That's what the hell is that? That's her. Yeah, that's a man. Her shoulders are like 3.5 times the size of her head.
Guaranteed. But how do you explain Owen's wife? I mean, she just had another baby recently, man. How the fuck is he getting her pregnant?
I don't even know that he himself is, and like honestly, how would we know if that was his or we don't know what the dark occult supply of silly putty is. Like the Illuminati silly putty reservoir is that big. It's gigantic. They can put it all on their faces and their genitals and their fucking. We don't know what kind of black ops, fucking DNA interference, you name it. We have no idea what they're doing. We can only speculate on it.
Yeah. I actually had one time I spoke to this girl who was groomed. She's like straight from Hollywood, groomed from birth. And I had her on my show one time, and she tells me, she goes, listen, Tony, how many people in Hollywood do you actually think are inverted trannies? And me, I go, well, listen, I'm thinking at least 75%. And she goes, over 90.
No shit.
Yeah.
Dude, and it's been going on since like you think my dad was selling movies in like the 1980s, right? So like go look at Perfect 10, Bo Derek.
Yeah.
Dude, Bo Derek is so like, to me as a young man, when I saw that, before I knew anything about that this had all been turned upside down and that there was like all this weird gender inversion going on, that was like salad. I was like, Perfect 10. Oh, that's a beautiful swimsuit model.
Me too.
And then come to find out, like, no, this has been going on forever. This is Marilyn Monroe on and way before that.
You're right, man. When did you find out? When did you wake up to that?
Dude, that was, I want to say, like, I had a serious kind of gulp about, like 3 years ago and after FE and after and all that stuff. Like, I had never even really looked at the Michael Obama thing. That wasn't my forte. I just hadn't even seen it, come across it. And then I saw that, and then kept digging and digging and digging, Jennifer Aniston, what Steven Tyler, you get on and on and on. And now I'm at the point where I go and I look at Getty Images, and I realize that, like, many, if not most or all of the stock images on Getty Images, who is the largest owner of stock images out there, are gender inversions. Like, it's just they've gotten to the point where we don't, like, what you and I would see a tranny, somebody trying to get some low budget, like normal person gender inversion, and think like, oh, that's fucking unpalatable. That doesn't look like a woman or a man, or it doesn't look like they're trying to make it look like. But these people, whatever, these groups, they've got fucking tech and they've got money coming out their ears.
Yeah.
I just, at this point, when I see somebody on a screen, I just take it for granted that I cannot trust that they have the equipment that they look like they should have.
True. I totally agree with you, brother.
Yeah. You're cool, dude. I like you, Tony, dude. I'd love to come on the show and chat, and we can chat outside. Get in touch with me. Hit me up on Facebook. I'll drop my my little name here in
Russell Babbitt.
It's me. BABBITT. RUSSELL and BABBITT.
I know it's noted already. No problem.
All right, yeah, and get at me, man. We'll chat. I enjoy you, and you're thinking outside of the box, and you're not like you're not accepting what. And the truth is, dude, if you can show me that anybody is bullshitting, if it's Baldini or Crow or I don't fucking trust any of these people more than I trust God. So
Amen.
That's that.
Oh, for sure. God is the ultimate, God Almighty.
And then he goes and does something like that and totally redeems himself. Why?
I'm a land farmer, motherfucker.
So you're new to waking up, Russell? Because me too. It happened about 3.5 years ago. I mean, I always had little thoughts about shit and everything like that. But then about 3.5 years ago, it's almost like I got a gift from God where he allowed me to start seeing shit. Then I went into a depression for a year until I finally came out. Because and then that's it. So and then that's when I started to really start seeing all the eyes of the world. When did you wake up a little bit?
Well, I mean, I knew 7-Eleven was a part-time job back in, like, I don't know, probably about like 15 years ago was the first time I saw Zeitgeist or Loose Change. And I realized, like, okay, the money's fake. And it didn't shock me. I was already so disillusioned with the world that I kind of was like, okay, that makes sense. I guess there's like the government, it doesn't have our best interest in mind, and they attacked us, and the money's a big scam to enslave us. But I thought that was it, right? Because I had been presented with that information, and it didn't tell me about a spiritual war going on, and it didn't tell me about all these massive levels of deception within that information itself. Because if you go watch Zeitgeist Addendum, it's going to tell you that Jesus Christ is Horus and whatever, all these different sun gods. So it just didn't really sink in at that point. I didn't get the spiritual gravity of it, so I knew I'd been told a bunch of lies, but I didn't really know exactly what was up. Then I got into the secret space program, and I thought I watched every episode of Project Camelot. I thought that all of these stories that were being told by quote unquote black ops whistleblowers, people that I'm just looking and I'm like, this guy, I don't know. He says that this happened. He was in the Navy or the Air Force or whatever, and he's talking to blue birds in outer space. They're going to save us from the fucking bad guys. I was chewing on that for years, and I thought, oh, this is great, and that's being sold hardcore to people, humans in general. Right now, there's a gigantic push to sell that secret space nonsense and all this false light ascension bullcrap, poppycock.
Yeah, that ascension shit is
evil. Oh, New Age. Universalism.
New Cage.
Exactly. The old script, though.
Yeah.
It's all this goddess and Gaia and Mother Earth and I mean, all for one, treat everybody goo goo gaga. Sugarcoating everything. It's crazy.
Yep. And so then after Secret Space, I just kept digging through that, and then finally I got in a really dark part in my life, and I was like, just totally. And I could go into it, but man, I was a street musician for 20 years. Like there was a long period of my life I was addicted to heroin. I was homeless. I've done all types of seriously debaucherous things, and barely escaped alive somehow, and ended up looking like I'm fucking Jerry Lewis III.
Nothing wrong with that, dude.
You don't drink blood or anything, do you?
No, dude, I don't, homie.
Okay,
I
thank
do not.
God.
I don't, and I really do. Sometimes I like look around and I'm like, how did you escape this? Okay, Russell, but I am, but I probably just look that way. And I don't know. My blood panels are okay, they say, They say
Hey, you
the
made it,
doctors.
man. At least you
It-
made it.
God. Honestly, I feel like if God has something for you to do, because if we look in the Bible, he talks to, I forget what that guy's name is, but there's a dude and he's hiding in a pot in the Old Testament, and God's like contacts him and he's like, you need to go and beat this drum in front of a war. We're gonna go war with like an army that's far larger than ours. And the guy's like, I'm scared. I'm not gonna do that. And he's like, you need to go do it. And he goes and does it, and all he does is beat the drum, and the other army just like runs away. But
Man, you know what amazes me is because like you were already starting to wake up 15 years ago, like you said, with the loose change and the zeitgeist. And fuck, man, 15 years ago you were 21. If only I was awake at 21. So at 21, you were already seeing all these type of shitty things.
if only you were awake at 21, man, you
I'm
might have
50.
known a
That's
lot
why I
more.
say that.
You
I'm
might have known
50.
a lot more than I did now, because I fucked off a lot of that opportunity to know more. I was just so overwhelmed by it that I was like, I just got to go just do drugs so I can't think about this. It's too much.
You needed to escape.
Yeah. Yeah.
Listen, brother, there's a lot of people in this chat that haven't gone through this, where they had a little bit of abuse when they were kids. Did you have to experience that type of shit as well when you were a child?
Mm-hmm.
You did, eh?
Oh, well, yeah. Yeah, but not, yeah, sure. Yeah. Yeah.
I know. Most people, they do. They fucking, and you're a victim at that time, brother. I mean, fuck, man. A child cannot defend itself against an animal, you know, and it's one of the most terrible things. I know. That fucks you up, man. That fucks you up. If you don't get straight, man, it could lead you down the wrong path. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I live in Montreal, and in Montreal there's McGill University, and you probably know this as a person who speaks truth. Now that you're awake, the CIA did their fucking MK Ultra programs at McGill University back in the day, where the CIA has admitted that they have purposely used the MK Ultra. One of the ways was to torture little children and that type of stuff, so that they end up getting this fucking split personality and get fucked up and they can be better programmed. You heard of that type of shit, right?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Trauma-based mind control. That's it. You ever
Occasional
seen
whiteouts?
Occasional whiteouts? Yeah. You ever seen those videos of Bill Clinton? And he's like, oh, man, I wish I could screen share. There's like
no need. I know what you're talking about. When he was in a fucking trance as they're doing his makeup.
You can't even fake that. Like
we're all rabbit holders, so we pretty much can talk whatever you know. We're probably there too, bud.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm serious. You can talk normal here. Yeah, I mean, you're not going to freak anybody out probably with anything you say, because we've heard them all, and a lot of us have seen it all too. Yeah.
You guys ever watch Quantum of Conscience?
Yes.
Yeah, I used to.
What do you think of him,
dude? Matt,
what do you think of Quantum of Conscience, Mr. Matt?
He's he's different. That's all I can say. He's different.
I like his take on things. Now
I do too, but his voice though, he'll put me to sleep, and I don't sleep. He's just so calm.
There's a lot of weird things with him himself as a person, like that as I actually started to look into what his actual deal is. Like there's just weird things where I'm like, he used to own a kidnapping insurance company, and it's not like this stuff makes him a shill, right? But he lives at the very end of one of the largest data centers, like in that whole, and it's a gigantic like government fucking data center. And it's like his house is like at the end of their driveway. And I love his content, and I love the whole like thinking way outside of the box, but the whole reality is fake, and like he doesn't he's not willing to really like speak on the Bible in a way where he's like, yeah, I think it's a trap, but it's also like there's a lot of good stuff in there. It kind of I'm not sure. I'm not sure about what is up with Matt at this point, but
Well, I am.
are you?
Yeah, he's a fucking shill.
Is
He's a
he?
piece of shit shill. You actually just said it. One of the reasons why he's going to drive by the Bible but not disparage it is because he needs the Christian people that send him the money. That's one of the ways that they do their trick, right? But you clearly could see that motherfucker has all the signs of being a shill, right?
Yeah, dude, he does, man. It's just the content is so fucking great. I can't help but watch it sometimes.
You know, everything that tastes good isn't always good for us, though.
For sure, cotton candy and broccoli.
Yeah. Me too. Like Quantum of Conscience, I used to watch him a lot back in the day. Well, when I was. Like, me, it was Alex Jones that started with. But then after when I discovered Alex Jones is a piece of shit fucking shill, then I started to go into Call for an Uprising, Quantum of Conscience, Pockets of the Future, Mag Bitter Truth. You know any of these people?
Oh yeah, dude. Paul Romano is fucking. Dude, it's like he finds the greatest content and stuff and the greatest little gaffes to clown on, but he has clung so desperately to so many things that are mistruths, and he has fucking been selling this whole whatever that crystal gripping hippie like meditation thing that he does that I didn't even ever get involved in because I just saw this guy's a globetard. Like I tried to talk to him about heliocentrism and tell him this is a demonic plot to kill God and make man feel insignificant and small. And he mocked me and like banned me from his channel, like when I was commenting.
Really?
Yeah. He's Paul is he doesn't like flat earthers.
Well, listen, maybe he might be having a change of heart because about 7-8 months ago, he released a little video where he showed the moon landing a little bit, and he goes, "Listen, I got to think about this again." He said, but he did show how he clearly saw that it was all fucking faked, the moon footage. But listen, I don't know though, because the rest of what you're saying seems right, and yeah, we have a thing in common. He banned me too once because I criticized him on the fact that he claimed that he and his wife just got the sea thing.
Right.
You know, the pandemic bullshit we're in.
Yep.
So he claimed that he and his wife got it, and he couldn't explain. He had all kinds of pains, puking, all of that type of stuff. And so he kept on insisting that he got it. So I simply wrote him a little message saying, "Listen, Paul, you know, I love everything that you do, brother. But come on, man, you know the truth. And you could clearly tell this is bullshit. What you got could have been something. But why are you insisting that it is the sea thing?" And he banned me.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's very much going against the grain, even though that's supposedly what this whole thing is about, right? It's thinking openly and thinking outside of the box and being skeptical. Even when someone's skeptical of me, I get defensive. But then some channels, I'm just like, dude, so it's against the rules for me to just ask you a question?
Yeah.
Like, because that's a good question. Like, how do you, like, come on, Paul. How do we know that it's the sea thing?
Right.
Are you sure? Like, because he even says himself, like, it was, it wasn't, but I'm like, I didn't get tested, but I know it was because it was like that. And it's like, so what, dude? You had a runny nose, and now I'm supposed to believe that you know exactly which strain of a cold you had, or the flu, or whatever.
Exactly, brother. Exactly. That was my exact thought. Okay, so you just got sick right now, you and your wife. Exactly what you just said, brother. I mean, you got sick, everything's good, but you admit you didn't go to the hospital. You admit you didn't get tested, and yet here you are on the air insisting that it's that. You're right.
Right.
Smells fishy to me.
It does, dude. There's a ton of fish, bro. It's the fish market. There's bat soup being served in the truth community right now. All right, you guys, I got 2 minutes.
2 minutes. All right. So listen, how about the flat Earth? When did you start getting into the flat Earth idea?
Okay, I came across I was way into secret space, and then in 2015. I saw Mark Sargent, who I think he's a shill. I'm almost certain that he is, actually.
He is. He's probably also an ex-pedophile, but let's keep that to the side for now.
Right. So I saw Flat Earth Clues, and then a lot of people have all this cognitive dissonance. I was like, wait, what? That doesn't make any sense. There's no way. The moon landing, of course, that's totally fake. How could you not see the curvature? That doesn't make any sense. So it was a tough pill to swallow, but I was already really willing to swallow, and knowing in my heart of hearts that I had been lied to so much that if it's like, okay, this is a lie that I have to swallow and realize this is a lie, I can swallow a pretty big pill. And so I got into the Flat Earth, and I saw that he was doing a meetup for Flat Earth Day, Earth Day in 2015. And I got a magnet. It's not on the fridge here. I left it in Washington, but I got a little turtle magnet from the Flat Earth Day 2015. And I went and met some people there, but I didn't really network with any of them at the time.
But you went to the Flat Earth meetup.
In 2015, that's the only one I've ever been to, and yeah, since then, I don't know. It just, dude, these things seem kind of like I don't know, Shillfest or Honeypot or something.
Guaranteed. He also has a show with a half woman, half Bigfoot, and she's got the penis of the Bigfoot.
Oh, dude, that Patricia
right,
Slater? Yeah, come
she's
on.
Disgusting.
Seriously, there's just when you talk to people about this stuff and you're like, hey, look at this, because they'll be talking to you about it. I saw this Mark Sargent video, and you're it's not that you're arguing the shape of the earth with them. You're just saying, hey man, did you know that this guy is look at this. So check this out. He's doing a podcast with a she-male Bigfoot. And they look at us like we're crazy. They're like, you guys are nuts, man. What are you talking about? Dude, that makes me uncomfortable.
Hey, brother,
shit, man.
Did you copyright that? I want to use that one. A she-male Bigfoot. I love it.
No, that's cool. You can have it. It's all yours,
thank
Tony.
you.
All right, you guys, I gotta go. I'm out because I gotta go and I'm gonna play some tunes tomorrow. But you get a hold of me, Tony. I'll come.
Thanks for coming, Russell. I'll send you a link, and I'm gonna go live too, and Tony too.
Cool. Don't do anything I wouldn't do on a bicycle, guys.
Okay.
That's my 2 cents. You can spend it how you want.
Don't let your meatloaf. That was crazy. That's what you said. Interesting. That's crazy.
Yeah. Hey, JJ, did you learn a lot tonight?
Yeah, you could say that.
Yeah. Me, you know what I regret is why the fuck do I always doubt Cindy when she jumps the gun? I still think she should stay calm every once in a while, but fuck, Cindy is right once again.
Hey, when you're shooting 3-pointers, no one stops until they start missing.
Yes. I guess.
It's been a wild ride.
That was a wild ride, wasn't it?
It was weird when he said Baldini. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, as soon as he said Baldini, I'm like, here we go.
I know. I said, here we go, people. That freaked me out. When he said that, I about fell over. It's like, oh my.
But you see what's important there, people? You see, at the moment he said Baldini, let's face it, you all thought that I might lose my mind But
I thought I didn't want to put the flea collar back on. What I was thinking.
that's right. But at the same time, Sassy, this is what I mean. Sometimes where there's a time and there's a time. I mean, at the moment he mentioned Baldini, all that happened was that instead of lying down in my bed, I got up and I started to pay attention.
Yeah, I
You
bet.
understand?
But he did come back though. At least he ain't a chicken shit like most people would just stay gone and not say nothing ever again.
No, absolutely, absolutely. And we won't talk bad about him. At the same
No, I'm not. I've known him for a while. I mean, and he, I thought I'd check him out because he was only on Voynich just once I ever seen, so that probably was a good sign.
Here, to give you an idea, the big test is going to be when I do go and visit his channel in a couple of days, and I ask him, listen, come on my show, let's talk. That'll be the big test of whether he's a good guy or a bad guy. Because right now, he didn't know who the fuck we were. So it's very easy to come back up at the moment. But now he's going to be looking into me just like I'm going to be looking into him. And so in 2 days.
It'll show. You're right. I know what you're saying exactly.
Yeah. But
because people are influenced by other people, it's so easy to see.
Well, listen, and Russell offered it himself, and I think everybody, people in the chat, you guys have seen this now, right? Russell, basically, he was abused when he was a child. Let's face it. And he had a tough childhood. Then by 21, he was probably getting into whatever he was getting into. Right? He has a very successful father. Maybe all those things about the connections with all those people that he mentioned, maybe all those things are true. And then by 21, he's looking into that. And then, like he mentioned, he tried to escape the real world that he now knew because he grew up in it. And so what he did, he ended up going into the drugs, the heavy drugs, the heroin, and all of that stuff. And then somehow he was saved. Somehow he got himself out of it. Or somebody helped him.
Hey, he said Baldini helped him, if you heard him. That's what he said. He said that was his father figure. I'm just telling you, he said he's the one that gave him discernment and all kinds of stuff. So what happened? I mean, something happened between there and you.
Yeah, it doesn't mean that Baldini was the first guy. I mean, he says that he only met him in 2019.
Yeah, but like you said, though, he didn't know us he didn't know you. If he knew you for 1 second, he didn't know him because you've done many videos. And even if someone didn't know you, they could just look at some of your videos and know something's up. Right?
Yeah, but that wasn't the point I was trying to make. What I was trying to make is
hey, he's back in the chat now. You better get this. He's telling you something you said wrong. At least you can listen to him. He's in the chat.
Go hit rewind. No, I did not say that Baldini. Yeah, no, he's saying it to you, Sass. That's
no, I thought you meant about Bible. I didn't say about that stuff at all. I was just talking about you said he helped.
No, what as far as I can tell says he never said that Baldini helped him quit doing heroin or get out of the shit.
No, I didn't say that either.
Yeah,
I just said he helped discernment for the Bible. I don't know what I ever talk about.
Yeah. No, as far as I can tell, he never said that he helped you get out of heroin. Sassy was saying that that from what you said, that Baldini may have been the guy that helped you see the light to God. Bible
that's
stuff.
Exactly what I meant. That's what I meant exactly, brother.
Yeah.
That's what I got out of it, what he was saying. He said
Exactly. And me, on the other hand, as far as I could tell, like I'm trying to tell Sassy is, Baldini probably helped you and gave you the discernment on that secret project that you refused to get into. That's fine. I know that Baldini has a lot of secrets, as far as I could tell. As you saw, some of his secrets.
Hey, Donnie.
Yeah, sorry?
I was talking to Donnie. I just said hi to somebody in the chat. Sorry.
No problem. Hey, Donnie. Okay, Donnie the Traveler. Yeah, so as far as I could tell, but like what I was trying to tell the people is that it wasn't Baldini that was the guy that got you out of the trouble that you had. You clearly had a road right? You follow the road. Like, let's face it, as far as I can tell, like being fair, and you could see that me, I talk to you with respect. Let's face it, the life that you described is the type of life of a groomed child of the elite. I mean, you gotta admit that much, right? I mean, you have the typical life. Write the code. He seems to have the typical life of a person who's been in the movies, or a son or a daughter of a movie star or a politician. He had to go through a lot of problems in his childhood that were totally against his will. And then after, as he's growing up, now he's having some problems. He took to the streets in his 20s. And then somewhere between 30 and 36, he finally supposedly saw the light, and now is trying a YouTube career. I mean, right? This is the typical life, well, not of a movie star, of a failed, somebody who failed there and now got to find another way. I mean, even as far as I can tell, is going to agree with that. What do you think, Nicole?
I think that I wrote the fucking sickest song today for everybody.
Sick. Oh, God. It's nuts.
It's called Me and My Homies. Oh, you guys, put the link in the private chat if Sass can put it on.
Oh, I'm so excited.
What is it? I ain't playing much anymore. What is it?
No,
Is it your music?
Yeah, it's my song. It's called Me and My Homies.
Yeah, buddy, you gotta play that cut.
I can't do like I did before because I built the bong on the laptop. Now I can't play nothing.
Oh, buddy.
Too bad.
It's probably saved my channel. It's probably like God said, quit playing shit. Boom. It would be hard to get strike again if I don't play nothing like that. So.
But Sasha, are you worried that the Cone song could get hit by a copyright?
No, I can't play. I mean, he can do like I do, just play it on your other device and shine it at the screen.
Well, no. I could, if like JJ or Tony just shared that link, you could play it on the share screen.
Yeah. Do you mind if I do that, Sass?
Go ahead.
So this last link, so you thought this YouTube last link here? Let me copy it. Hold on.
The song is
I
like
can do it if I ain't ready for it. If I had something else charged, I could do it.
This is gonna be the first time it's been out. It's not released yet. This would be like the only time you'll see this here and on replay on this. But like that's it.
Whoa, Sass, you're about to do a world premiere, brother.
There you go. That's it.
Some shit's about to be exposed, honey.
Yeah.
Nuts. Some shit's about to be exposed.
Oh shit.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, it's on.
Are you gonna? I don't know how you do this with you.
Oh, buddy.
Shit.
Love
I
this
don't
one.
have a wrench with this name, Sass. I can't fucking do it. Oh shit.
You don't? Okay, let me look.
On this account, I don't have a wrench. Oh wait, JJ could do it. JJ,
Go down and make a chat down in the make a comment in the chat, and I'll give you a wrench.
So look,
okay. Hold on.
Sass, Tony,
Yeah.
JJ, Bolt, and Bolt's kid, and the man 1, 2, 3, 420 are all in this song.
Hell yeah. And oh god, there's a villain in that song too.
That just
There you go,
I
Tony.
was just doing something. I'll go ahead and grab the link. Give me a second.
I know.
I got it. Hey, I got him. Give him the wrench. You can do it now.
All right, let's see
There's
what
the
does it
link.
That's my present to you.
Oh, you got it?
I know. It's amazing.
Oh,
If you can
man.
dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
Holy fuck. Hey,
I'm gonna mute. I'll mute while you guys do that too.
if you guys are ready, I'm ready to press play on this, man. You ready to go, Sass?
Yeah, you got the screen.
Okay. Oh, you want me to add it? I mean, all he has is that same thing. But listen, listen.
I'll add you if you want, if that's how you want to do it.
Okay, hold on. Share. If I go share. Okay, I got it. Me and my homies. There it is.
I like that name already.
All right. Everybody ready? Here is the world premiere of me and my homies buying the cone and the cone lady.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Hey, God.
Which one are you? There we go.
Right here. Here we go, people. Here we go.
We're talking to you, Head Chimo, Michael Corning. Listen up, fucking maggot. You Chimo, you faggot. You better come see me and bitch, faggot, maggot, slut, whore, you're a bitch. Now you're dead, you whore. Better come see me and my friends. We're gonna take away your motherfucking demon. That's gonna get fucking nasty. Take a bone off his shelf and stick it in your ass and make you scream like that kid again. You maggot, you faggot. It's time to pay the piper, you fucking bitch. Here comes Hogan and his kid X. To take you back to the fucking cabin in the Appalachians, make you say what happened. Stabbing. Now call JJ, that's what happened. Sent you out back through the woods to protect his anyone this you motherfucking way. Now you're gonna see what it's like to get messed with. Not the kids you fuck your pussy maggot with. You have second thoughts about it now, but about the kids' life you ruin now. Son of a bitch, gonna lick on my boots till you fucking dead. You bitch. Now it's Tony's turn, you fucking witch. Now what you gonna say when Tony's supposed to swoop this? Wake up, motherfucker, it's time to get it. That's the deal that we made. Now it's time to get slayed, motherfucker. That's what's up. Suck on this. You fucking slut! Now, what you gonna do when the man number 20 comes to you? Stuff a hole in your ass. That's what's up. You fucking dash. What's gonna happen when they come for you? All the same demons for you, and you're gonna scream. It's not the deal we had. Satan says you didn't read the small print I lad. Go and see. Me and my homies. You fucking maggot. Get on your knees, you fucking faggot. Switch your life. You working porn all day and all night. Like that. For you. Now guess what? You're dead. So fuck you! Maggot.
Wow.
Motherfucker, lick my butthole. You fucking Chimo. I'm a man. You're a lady. Now get in that ditch. I want you to take up days like the fucking lady. You're not a man. You're just a daisy. Now you're dead. Motherfucker. Touch his kids. I'll fix you, sucker. I'll put you 6 feet down under the ground under my dabbing. Cause I'm the dab champion. Motherfucker, listen up. Don't touch.
Is it done?
No, I just didn't want to hear any more of that. It's too, I can take it.
Sorry, Sass. Are you okay?
Yeah, it just bothered me. I don't know why.
The bit bothered you?
This song did. Just I don't know. It
Really?
sounds almost. Well, it just sounded almost satanic to me.
Oh.
I'm just saying the way it sounded dark and stuff. It didn't sound like anything. I don't know. It just didn't resonate with me. I don't know why.
I guess that happens. Me personally, I loved it because I was listening to the lyrics.
I know, but I just don't want. I just don't like all the.
Hey, no problem, brother, man. It's okay.
I mean, I'm not mad at nobody. I just.
You're
I know.
good. You're good.
No,
good, man.
absolutely, brother.
It's all art, man. If you don't, everybody doesn't like all.
No,
art,
it just had, I don't know, just all that stuff. Just, I don't know. I know it's real and all that, but it just didn't hit, it hit me wrong. It's okay. Yeah, I know you mean well. That's only,
You know what
I
it
felt
is,
that.
Sass?
I was gonna get a few people like that. That's okay.
Yeah, no. But you know what it is, Sass? I'm gonna tell you what it is, in my opinion. But by the way, the cone, I love them, man. It's amazing. All right. But
Yeah.
were you guys seeing it at all? Okay, no, that's why you had put it down. Okay, Sass, you know what it is, brother? It's because now, in my opinion, you're starting to wake up a lot more than even before to all of this fucking shit and how real it is. And it's the same type of reaction, Sass. Yeah, it's the same type of reaction, Sass, that me and Bolt gonna have. For example, whenever we try to watch a movie of one of these fucking evil motherfuckers, we get sick inside. It's something
Yeah,
that
it
we
affects us
can't
all.
help.
I know. I'm the same way.
But man, wow.
I mean,
man.
it took talent and all that. It's just something about it.
You're right.
I have to see. As far as I can tell, I liked it.
Yeah, but you see,
I thought you would.
That's the first time, you know, something different. I don't know what.
I had to throw it in there because a couple times, Tony, when you were saying, as far as I can tell, it's like you're saying that, but you're also saying his name. You know what I mean? As far as I can tell, it's flat, but you're also saying the guy's name. You know what I mean? Getting a little laugh out of that.
That's right. As far as I can tell, I don't like
Yeah.
to sit
Like
my music.
Goodfellas.
You're still around, as far as I can tell. Why don't you come back and join us? But
He seems
again,
like a pretty smart guy, open-minded guy.
yeah, he's a smart guy. He definitely knows a lot more than he told us, right? As far as I can tell.
It's that thing of mine, you know, a smart person, you know, stupid person can't act smart deal.
That's for sure. That's for sure.
I mean, sometimes it's better off to play dumb than to just tell the truth and start a shit firestorm.
That's a good answer. That, as far as I can tell, wrote, dude. If I told you, basically, he's writing, dude. If I told you the shit I know, I'll be on forever.
Yeah,
That's the honest truth.
because when you get on a roll, you can't really stop because you have to finish a story, or it's gonna look like you're a fucked up motherfucker. I know.
Well,
you don't want any people hanging in the middle of something bad. You mean?
There's that, yes, Sass. But there's also the other thing, is that as far as I can tell, knows a lot of shit, so much shit that there is no way he can cover it in 2 hours.
Yeah, I've been watching him on Facebook for a while too, and just stuff he does, and he does great.
Oh, sorry. I mean.
Sorry.
I know.
It's okay, Sass. It's already over, brother. Don't worry about it.
Oh, I'm not worried about it. I'm not worried about anything. I didn't say that. No.
Good.
Hey, but if you want me to take you out of the song too, I will, man. It's all good. I mean,
No, I don't care about that. Ain't a big deal. I'll listen to it later when I'm not so stoned.
Okay, yeah, I can get to people when you're pretty stoned, dude. I got to me a little sometimes too, and I was making.
It just sounded like somebody's mom yelling at me, like.
Yeah, I hear you. No, when you're high, that shit can get you, dude. I know about that, dude. I have had trips myself, man, on weed and anything else, dude. I know how it is. But yeah, man, if you just listen to this, I mean, it really hits me just because my wife's kids getting that kind of stuff happened to her. My kid, you know, happened to me. You know, it just comes from there.
Yeah.
I didn't even hear all the words to it. I mean, I didn't even hear it all. I just kind of like can turn it off, or I'm just listening to music more or less.
Yeah, it might resonate if you hear it again, and you know.
That's the first time.
Or maybe it never will. But maybe it could be a situation like what Question Everything told us that time, but also what all of you guys, besides the cone, have mentioned already to me. And that is that when I do get excited because I get angry whenever I talk about the way the children get fucking messed up. And and listen, back in the day, I mean, I would lose my shit. I understand. I did it on purpose. Obviously, when I listen back, I go, "Fuck, no, man, you lost it that much. You're shit," you know. But I get not. But that type of song with the reaction that Sass had, I could see how, for example, when I try to do some things here and I try to expose people, and then I lose my shit. I get it how people can be turned off, and now they're not even fucking listening to what I'm saying no more because of the fact of the loudness. I get that part. It's one of the reasons why I calmed down a bit.
Well, when somebody first comes in and says, you know, you're abusive and all that shit, we know they don't know you yet. Because they don't, you know, they don't know how you're speaking yet, but we do.
Well,
we don't take it that. We don't. I mean, we don't take it that way. I think.
I had a different take on it when someone was talking about that in his chat the other day, and I said, check it out. I know that when Tony's talking like that to someone, that there's a higher power or a different reason why. Because I know this for a reason. I know this for a fact. And they said Bolt Gun, Tony, Sasquatch, JJ, probably Tony and Bolt Gun's kid. I know none of them motherfuckers would ever lie to me. So, and I know that I'll never lie to them. So if they ever ask me a question, I'm gonna tell them the truth. So he'll never talk to me like that.
Exactly, brother.
So
I quit holding stuff inside a long time ago. It'll make you sick. It'll ruin your health and everything if you hold shit inside you. It's negative.
That's right.
And, you know, it's better to be hated for what you believe in, you know, than being a suck ass and getting.
I'm pretty young. I'm 44 years old, but man, I've cried more in the last 4 years than I ever have in my life.
Yeah. And that too, brother, is because like you start to realize what the fuck kind of world you live in. Probably, I'm thinking.
Yeah, I've always been held responsible for other people's actions, and I hate being held responsible for where I live and a government that I have nothing to do with. And like, if someone was to come and invade this place, I would get killed just because I live here. Now that's just fucked up, man.
It is. All by design.
Yeah. When you have kids and you're working 40 hours a week or 48, and you get, after taking them everywhere and all that shit, you don't even have time to think about the real world. You're in your own little box just living, you mean?
It's the perfect trap, right, brother?
Yeah, it's called the American dream because you only see it if you're asleep.
There you go. They set up a system where it was perfectly done, where basically we were working prisoners.
Yeah, robots, more or less. Everything was influenced off TV. Everything. That's where people got all their style, design, their idols.
That was a big tool of theirs, absolutely. Started with where they started to really, I think, implement their plan was when they came out with the movies. That was the first one. That's where they really saw that now they could get the attention of everybody and pull their bullshit on the movies.
I watched Billy Jack when I was 11, and it changed the way my thinking was.
There you go. And then from the movies, that's when they fucking developed the boob tube, where now they can fucking catch millions and millions across the world, staring into a fucking tube, getting hypnotized, influenced. MK Ultra,
yeah,
Lead,
Black Skybox.
That's right.
You Kabbalah.
I quit watching TV. I just quit watching TV about 18 years ago.
Wow,
it's been the best thing ever.
Did you just say that you dropped TV 18 years ago?
Yeah, I've only done YouTube, and I haven't watched TV like regular. I don't watch any. I haven't watched any movies in like 12 years. Wow. I haven't watched any TV in like 18 years. Yeah, I just gave up on that shit. That shit's just garbage, dude. That's just like, I'd rather experience life. I don't like sleeping anymore because, I mean, if you sleep 8 hours a night and you live to be 65, you slept 28 of those years, man. And I'm just like not down with that shit, dude. I gotta live. I want to be here as long as I am because we're only here for a blink of an eye.
Wow. So you see the Cone and Sass and everybody. What about me? I was fucking blind to all of this for 47 years. 47 years of my life I wasted. I was the biggest fucking sports buff. I have 1,000 Guys, I have 1,000 fucking DVDs of movies and 1,000 fucking cassettes, all in boxes. Think of all the money, all the time that I spent in that shit to then wake up at 47 years old and find out what a fucking idiot I was. What a fucking
Hey
idiot.
man, I was into it, and I was going to private Christian high school, and then I was out of it for 20 fucking years, man. But it brought me back.
Yeah, I was the same way, Tony. I had Cardinals, Kansas City Chiefs, all that material stuff.
Yeah.
It was crazy. Got away from it, thank God. And I had the pawn shop, though. I was getting it for nothing, so that's worse.
I was playing semi-pro soccer until I was 30, man. Then I busted my leg wake skating, and that was the end of that.
Really?
Yeah,
Whoa.
yeah. I was all into sports. I was a really gifted, athletically child. I was like, I had 8 varsity letters because I played varsity football from freshman year to senior and soccer from freshman to senior. And like, I had scholarships and shit. And then I went to prison instead because I figured hanging out with my homies that were Hispanic and shooting at people and stuff was funner than and learning and stuff, you know. And like, I got out of prison and I fucking got married to a lady and had 2 kids. And I've just been working ever since, man. And just touring with bands and then working with the government, doing all kinds of shit, man.
Wow, man, that's amazing.
Hey, before I forget this, I was at the lake with my daughter and my grandson, and he had an electric boat that went on the lake he got for Christmas, and he never took it out of the package. It wouldn't charge or nothing. And I told him it was crap because it was made in China. And he said, well, I thought it was trash. I go, what do you mean? He said, well, we recycle everything. Isn't everything made out of trash now? That has like, is that crazy?
Well, depending on how old this place is, shit, rocks could be trash from billions of years ago, I guess, too, then, right?
Yeah.
It's just wild that he said it like that.
Yeah, that's crazy. It's a good thing to think about. Like, it's just like, I used to write sayings, and I had a saying that said that it doesn't matter if you live to be 2 minutes old, 2 years old, 200 years old, or 2,000 years old. The moment you leave this place, it'll all just feel like seconds anyways.
Right. That's nice.
That's what she said.
Yeah. And then it went,
and then
But that's the thing, guys. You see, so now we're reminiscing on our pasts and how much time we wasted, how we got tricked and everything like that. The danger with that type of shit that I've learned over the past couple of years, and from my year of depression, the danger with that is if you stay there. If you stay there, you're going to fucking kill yourself.
Oh, man.
Right?
Yeah, I've been, and my brother, he told me once, he goes, man, Ryan, he goes, I have much respect for you because he's my younger brother. He took me in on my last time came crashing down. And he goes, I've never seen anybody go to the top and then crash to the bottom and then go to the top and then crash to the bottom so many times as you. He goes, I know you can do it again. And I was just like, I'm just done crashing, bro. I just don't want to do it. I want to climb and crash no more. You know, I just want to have my family and stop working. My kids are 23 and 20 now. I paid all my child support, all fucking $1,700 a month for the last 15 years.
Wow. That's fucking a heavy burden, man. $1,700 a month.
$1,750.
My brother had to pay child support, and I mean we're talking like $600 a month.
Yeah.
I took the other route. I suffered every day.
I would have, man. I had already made up my mind. I was with their mother for 10 and a half years. I'd already made up my mind. I was just going to stick around for the kids because we was just, we were existing together. It wasn't bad. We weren't like fighting or anything. But then
mine was like WWF. It was no fun.
Oh yeah, that was my second marriage. That was the second. But no, then she just decided to end it, and it was just like, man, it's like, You know, you go from being their dad and the best guy in the world 365 days to 52 days a year.
Yeah.
It's
Man,
from going from taking care of everybody till not being able to take care of yourself.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing right now. But I don't care. I don't even want that shit
Hey,
anymore, man.
yeah,
I don't-
exactly.
Fuck
You've had
those
it.
fucking
Me neither,
people.
dude.
Fuck, dude, it's so bad. Like, all I want to do is take your money, have you buy them things, fuck your wife, make your family fall apart, dude. It's just like, I don't even want nothing to do with that shit, dude. I toured and I did all that shit, dude. I don't want any of that. I just want to just be. I was just like right now. I was like, just gotta find somewhere to live, man. This is hard.
It's only going to get worse the way it looks. But I don't sweat it, though. I just go day to day, right?
Yeah.
what do you mean you need to find a place to live, the cone? Like, you can't stay where you are?
No.
Uh,
No, the landlord, he knows that, like, he can't kick us out right now because of the what's going
Corona
on.
boner.
Because I have a food truck, and my food truck I can't sell to the people still. They still won't let me get a business license to do that. So I'm still just now I'm using it as my studio. So I'm just sitting on my food truck and I got no money to even start, man. I don't even have first and last month to even go get a new place. It's like ridiculous. I don't even know. And my parents are multimillionaires and they don't even care.
they don't give a fuck.
No. They were business partners with me and they were losing $200 a month, so they quit. And then I couldn't do it anymore.
Man, if they're fucking millionaires losing $200 a month, what the fuck is that, man? It's not. The more you have, right? The more you have, the more fucking selfish you become, I find.
Yeah, I could have been working if we would have still had the LLC. But when I fired my mom, we were all supposed to be my mom and me and my dad. We were all business partners, and we were supposed to be 33, split down the middle, three partners. And come to find out, I was only 10% owner, and fucking all I got was the trailer and no kind of income, and because the business paid for my rent and it paid for the trailer to keep going. But then I come to find out that they gave me the trailer because I paid it off, and I lived like $200 every 2 weeks for that. She was paying the equity in this. I was like, man, you didn't have to do all that. You know what I mean? But at least the trailer's paid for. I could sell it, but then after that, then I can't go get a job. It's just like, hey, we need you to show up at 7 a.m. I'll be like, yeah, thanks for the interview. See ya. I fucking got up at 3:45 in the morning every day for 16 years, dude. I'm not doing that shit no more, man.
You see what they did? I told everybody back then, back in fucking March of 2020, I told everybody, don't you see what they're doing? They're gonna kill all the small businesses. They're gonna totally destroy every small business. And then they're gonna fucking control everything. This is their plan.
And that's what's killing me right now is everybody's saying all this hate on the white guy, dude. I'm 44 years old, pretty much single due to the government. Me and my wife are married, but we didn't, we're not doing it through the government or nothing like that. This doesn't make no sense to me. They didn't have to do that shit back in the day. Why we gotta do it now? Anyways. But there's zero help for me, man. Nothing. They won't give me a fucking dime, dude. How is their white privilege?
Self-employed, right?
Yeah, how is their white privilege? I have none, dude. Like none. This guy came to me and was like, "Oh, when I came over here from Bangladesh and started the store, I worked every day, 7 days a week." I go, "So what, dude? When you came here, we gave you $100,000 because you could prove you had ties with the oil fields. So we started a mini store, and you already told me that's the truth because you told me that. So how can you come at me and tell me you worked every day? So what? If someone gave me $100,000, I would fucking be doing just fine too."
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
But I had to start all this with I made $25,000 after touring for 4.5 years. That's all I had saved. So I bought this, and then I had to get more upgrades done to it. So I had to ask my parents to come in on partners, and it really wasn't going to be partners. It was just like I needed some money, but then they just made themselves partners, and it just went downhill.
I hate to say it, the cone, but it looks like your parents stole from you, man.
Oh yeah, they've been doing that their whole life, dude. My mom, this is what happened, Tony. What happened was like I told you, I was athletically gifted, I was supposed to do that. I was a kicker for the football team. That's what I did from freshman year to senior. I made many long distance kicks, a lot of fucking, that shit. And I was a soccer player. I was fast. I was only 5'8", and my senior year I could run the 40 in 4.4. I was so fast. And when I denounced their organization for religion, which is fucked up because my family owns it and it only goes by whatever they say, and it's not right. And I just been thrown to the wolves after that, and they just take, I took away their prodigal son from the equation because my other two brothers weren't athletic, or whatever.
That's the mentality of these motherfuckers. They got no heart. They're gonna spit you out. You're just a fucking number to them.
Yeah. And my mom and dad are so programmed. I mean, it's so obvious. Like, for instance, just a quick example. With my mom read books to me because I was a Christian kid. Every night, me and my two brothers, we sat around a bed, we said prayers, we got books read to us every night. My mom read Bernstein Bears and Shel Silverstein, which is my favorite poet, and Shel Silverstein is from Germany. So with me, with my autism and my learning how I picture everything, I remember asking my mom multiple times. I go, I like Shel Silverstein and the Bernstein Bears because they're both German, because their last name is Steen with Stien, right? So I've always known that was the real thing that happened. And my mom told me it happened. So I called her up when this thing changed on me, and I said, "Hey, Mom, do you have all those books? Because we had a whole racks of them." And she's like, "Yeah." I go, "Okay, I'm on my way up to your house. I want you, when I get there, to just grab a few of them and bring them out to me without even looking at them." I go, "This is why." And she goes, "Yeah, you're right. It was Shel Silverstein and the Bernstein Bears. So it was Istein or whatever on the end." And I was like, "Okay, well, I'm going to be there in 2 minutes." So I drove up to their fucking mansion in the hills, and I come in the door, and I go talking to my dad about it. He's like, "What's going on?" So I start telling him. I go, "You got the book?" She goes, "Oh, I'll go get them." She left the room. And when she came back, she had the books in her hands, and she handed them to me, and she said, "See, just like I told you, Bernstein, not Stein." And I turned pale, and I got dizzy. I got pale, and I got dizzy, and I looked at the books, and they were spelled with stain, and I said, "I gotta go." And I just walked out of the house because it was like almost like a portal, dude. It was so fucking bad. I was getting sick, so I had to leave.
I can debunk that one too, brother. Where did you first hear that really it was Berenstein? You still had to have heard it from somebody, right?
But when I was a kid, those are the two books I read. So
I mean, when you went to your dad, like, how did you hear about the fact that it wasn't Berenstein and it's Berenstain? Were you watching a show, or like, where did you hear that? Because I was in a chat.
I think I was in a chat and I got in a huge argument about it, actually. And I was like, so that's why I was headed up to my mom's house, because I knew she had a whole grip of the books. I didn't know anything about it. Someone just told me. So I was like, I flipped out. I was like, yeah, right. You never was telling me I was wrong. So I was like, I'll go get the books.
All right. So let me tell you about that one, brother. And again, it's things that we all know. So this is the situation, especially on something like the Berenstain. So here you are many years ago, you used to read that and everything like this. Now, what happens is this. When you start hearing, for example, that's the way I got tricked on a couple of them. But I'm going to tell you how I figured it out. The way I got tricked on a couple of them when I started to believe the Mandela for about 3 months. And the reason is because I started to read all those Mandela things. And then there's a whole fucking list of them, right? So I'm going through them. And right away, the first thing I did notice, no, that wasn't that. That wasn't that. That wasn't that. Because these were things that were clear to me. I had experienced, like the Jif and Jiffy peanut butter. Like for somebody like me, I've always bought Jif peanut butter. That was the peanut butter that my mom would buy and that I bought. So being that I grew up eating the fucking Jif, something like Jiffy, if somebody throws me Jiffy.
It's Jiffy. Jiffy's what they're thinking is like,
Yeah, Jiffy.
Jiffy, yeah.
Skippy and Jif. That's what you're saying, Jif.
Yeah. So now I know it was always Jif. It never changed because I ate that peanut butter.
Yeah.
The same example, like the game of chess.
I never played chess.
But basically, what I'm trying to say, so the game of chess, because I play the game of chess, somebody comes to me and they tell me you used to check the queen. I know it's not the queen because I play the game, but
Yeah, that's crap.
right. But wait,
I
but
just-
something like Berenstein. Now that's something I don't know much of because I didn't grow up with those books. Or something like even now, you love me, you really love me,
yeah.
right? Now the Sally Fields thing. Now I never fucking saw her say anything in
I
my
did.
real. Okay, but wait, Nicole. In my real memory, because the memory is what you have in your memory bank that you can actually pull out. Like right now, if your memory was good, you should be able to pull out. For example, if I tell you, listen, you went to the Super Bowl game and you in 2010, and this is you're supposed to go into your memory bank. And now you're supposed to have a clear picture of everything. You're supposed to be able to see where you were, who was next to you, what a person was doing, the game. That comes from your memory bank. But if you read ahead of time, Sally Field, for example, I'm reading the thing and it goes, Sally Field always used to say, you love me, you really love me. Automatically, because it wasn't something that I really, really, really knew, this now is in my mind. So right now, I just read it's supposed to be, you love me, you really love me. And now, me, what I started to do subconsciously, yeah, I do remember that. It was you love me, you really love me. So now my fucking brain is convincing me that it really was you love me, you really love me. Then when I go and check what did she really say, and she says her thing, now I go fuck, right? But the trick is that thought that was put into my brain on something that I didn't really remember, but maybe might have picked up along the way, is now implanted in there, and my own brain is going to convince me that it was that when it never really was.
Hey, but hey, I look in different places. Like if I'm thinking of something a long time ago, I go to a different place in my head. I don't. I mean, that's the way. It's like a file almost. I look like I don't know why, but I'm just saying that's how I am. I don't know if it's normal, but
And
that's
that
how. But,
and that right there would be the appropriate way to have that memory, is that you
well,
can actually see
that's
it.
the way I think, dude.
Exactly, and that's good. That's excellent. But now for the Decone thing with the Berenstein, now that happened a long time ago that you used to read those books. Now
Right.
again, you gotta think, brother, like, were you actually reading those books yourself? Were you looking at those fucking things? Because if you're reading, like if I read a book, I mean I read it, and then by the end of it, 3 days later, I forget some of the details that I read about in that fucking book. I know that it was a good book. I'll remember some parts of it. The one
Yeah,
that
but it's a family's last name is the same as the Bears. It used to be. You know what I
This is
mean?
what I'm trying to say. This is what I'm trying to say. Now, because of that, what happens now is that the cone comes along, and now he hears someone say, "Hey, Berenstein." Now, that again, the reason why I think a lot of people, and not a lot really, people are gonna get tricked by that is because that's the way that people normally will pronounce it. Berenstein, Berenstein.
No, hey, Steen and Stein though. One's German, one's Jewish. There's a big difference in the way you say that. 'Cause,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean,
yeah. But same difference.
well, it is though. No, I don't agree with you there because it's different when you remember when you're a kid here. Something about family and stuff even breaks the memory more. I don't know. I never read the book, but it don't make sense to me that they would name it different than their last name when it's spelled the same. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it's a big difference from Berenstain.
Yeah, but they're just changing the E and the I think, aren't they?
Exactly. So all I'm trying to say, Sass,
I'm not arguing with you. I'm just saying there's other. I mean, I just
I
view
know you're
things
not
different.
arguing, Sass. It's okay.
No, I'm just saying.
I know you're not arguing with me, brother. I know. What I'm trying to say is that I believe. I'm just saying because you could even look this up when you study it. a lot of memory. We have shitty memories. We
I
as
don't.
humans.
I'm just telling you. I mean, I'm just why I got to argue on some of it. Like today, not breaking. This is my channel, so I can tell you. Yeah, today. Okay, Mike Huckabee. He ran for president once, and he's from Arkansas, and I really like the guy. And he has his own show on YouTube. And he was showing. I don't even remember what he was showing, but I got it recorded, and I went on Google too. But he sits there and talks about how Biden was they were comparing Mexico's border to like Ellis Island, and he sits there and talks about the Statue of Liberty being from Ellis Island like 4 times because all the immigrants went through there, and they didn't get to come to America right at first because they had to quarantine them for chicken pox and being a criminal, and the whole thing says. And then you go on Google, it says Ellis Island, then you go down and it says Victory Island. It changes. I mean, but I know the Statue of Liberty was on Ellis Island. Now it's not. I mean, I know that's just one example. I mean, that's just today that happened.
You want to know some residual on that, buddy? Just go look at the 1986 commemorative coin of Ellis Island that the United States of America did, and it shows the Statue of Liberty on Ellis Island.
Exactly.
You can go look at it. It's 1986 silver coin. You can go look at it.
Yeah, but
and you can find information if you're trying to go about it on Google if you're part of them. Instead of going in there to debunk it, you go in there looking for information because you believe it. That's how you get around that shit. You got to think like them. You know what I mean? It's easy. You can find anything if you go about it the right way, because they're getting smarter every day.
Wasn't it you that showed the coin with the stat? It was you, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, listen.
See, like I can tell you a little bit about me though. It's like I was diagnosed with autism and ADHD with I'm a sensor-seeking child. So like, yeah, my memory is fucking crazy. Like, if you want to play the game memory, if you give me 2 turns, I win every time. So like, like when it comes to like memory, like visual memories, that's how I learn it. Like if you were saying reading a book, I have to read the book. But then when you bring up a subject because of how I learn and how I remember things, I have to go back in my memory to that page, and then I can reread.
I'm kind of like that too sometimes. I know what you're saying.
I have to reread the page in my head, and then I can tell you where it says it. But like, I can't like off the cuff tell you like that stuff. But like, the only okay, like if you like, what about the Bible things that have changed? And I went to Bible school every day of my life from the time I was in kindergarten until I was a senior in high school. So like, there's things that have changed in there. Like the Lord's Prayer when it says in earth and stuff like that, and they took out the trespassers. Like I said that prayer my whole life, dude.
Yeah, but I still say that prayer, and it is in certain Bibles, brother. Because
I know what you're saying. Yeah. Okay, yeah, like that one. But like the lamb and the lion, dude. When I was a kid, I had the lion and the kid and the lamb, the little baby and the lion, and then how pictures changed, dude. And I know.
Okay, now this is it, brother. Okay, and again, guys, look, you guys now know me, right? I'm not here to fucking put down anybody at all. You guys know me, right? So as long as we can like talk about it, like, because I respect you guys and I get it. Don't get me wrong, all right? But here, I'm gonna tell you the lion and the lamb, the cone, because that's one of the videos I did to debunk that.
Okay.
Okay. In that verse, where it specifically talks that the wolves will lie with the sheep and right, and then later on it also say the lion. Okay, now let's go with this idea, brother. The actual term, the lion and the lamb, when you actually do research it, you're gonna find out, brother, that again, everybody stay patient with me on this one. The Chinese back in the 18th century, they were trying to look for a way where they can depict peace. They wanted to depict peace. And so one thing leads to another. And they ended up showing that the best way that you can show peace is if that you can show a big, mean, ferocious lion with the tender, meek lamb. And so then they did this picture of it, and there was born the term the lion and the lamb, which represented peace. Now, a lot of Bibles and a lot of religions have an idea where, for example, in the real term, I think it's in Revelation 3 and 4, where they're going to talk about Jesus Christ. And in the first part, somebody can maybe tell me the verse because I'm not an expert at pulling out the verse word for it. In the first part, they talk about the lion who is like strong and whatever, ferocious, can't fuck with. And then how Jesus became like the sacrificial lamb.
Yeah.
And so basically they were trying to say that Jesus was both. He was both the lion and the lamb.
Right.
Exactly.
I remember that.
Right. So that's the closest that you come in the Bible where the lion and the lamb were actually said in the same verse. Okay. The other one where the wolves lie with the sheep and then something else. So what happens is this: that actual term was only born because, in other words, in 1500, nobody said the lion and the lamb. It didn't exist. But came 18th century, they coined that term. And then as the term was getting popular, now they also were saying that it is inspired by the Bible. Inspired. Even, for example, when they use
I got you.
Exactly. And even in the Jeopardy show, for example, Brian Staveley does a video where he calls it residue. And he pulls up a Jeopardy show. And the topic was proverbs.
Oh,
in
man.
other words, sayings.
Yeah.
It didn't say Bible verse. And when you look at the 5 things, they were all sayings. They were not Bible verses. So even the category of what he used as residue, that the lion always used to lay with the lamb, he lied because the category was proverbs.
Yeah, I got you.
Bible savings.
Right.
And so in there, the lion lay with. So now what happens is this: the derived from the Bible, because people don't really read the Bible. And I get it that you did, but it's hard to memorize that big book. It's very hard.
Oh yeah, no. Okay, I've read it from cover to cover 3 times, and let me tell you what, it changed all 3 times. Well, like the outcome for me and what I learned and everything. I'm just saying, changed 3 times.
Yeah. And I believe that, because again, when I read a book, I discover all kinds of new things too. And then the second time, you do it like a movie, right?
Right.
But basically, let's say we want to go to the idea of let's justify it. Okay, and even in the song, for example, the Elvis Presley song, we did a show about this once. When Elvis Presley sings "The Lion Lays with the Lamb," the fucking title of the song is something with peace.
I don't even know that song. That's
exactly. Like I can never think of it myself. Somebody could pull it out, but the whole song was about peace. It wasn't about the Bible. It was about peace.
Well, but you know that Elvis was a holy roller, right? You know that he totally wasn't about whores and prostitutes or anything like that.
You think so?
Oh yeah, dude, he was he wouldn't allow women backstage if they threw them on him. He would tell them to get out of there and all kinds of stuff like that, dude. And see, my dad in high school, he was in a group of guys that were not for Elvis because they thought he was a Satanist guy. When I told my dad, I was like, check him out, look it up. He was a holy roller, man. That's what he was, a pastor. He wanted to be a pastor. And he was like, wow, he really was. I was like, see, now you were going against him and you didn't even know that. You guys would have been best buds because my dad's a holy roller like that. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's kind of weird.
And on that, the cone, I can tell you, Katy Perry, she was a gospel singer. And look what she turned out to be.
Oh yeah, no. She's go watch Dark Horse. She says it. I'm a beast. I'm a demon. You will be bowing to me. You're never gonna leave. She says it in her song Dark Horse. If you listen to the lyrics, it's the most evil song ever.
Yeah. Well, you think that was the most evil? What about the one where she fucking puts herself on the table and they start
eating food off of her? Yeah, that's sick.
Like I said, I've been a part of the music industry and I love music, dude. But she's the highest of all the queens, dude. She's the one, dude. That's the one they're going.
But Katy Perry might be coming. I think that the highest of the queens, because Cheryl Teigen confirmed it by kneeling and saying whatever, and actually greeting her like a queen, is actually Beyonce.
Oh yeah, she's the Black African queen. Yeah, and then you have also the white one though.
And Katy Perry could be the white one, sure.
Yeah,
I give you that. So anyway, just for that to end on that, if you go by logic, there is no place in the world where the lion hunts a lamb.
Oh no, I hear you. Yeah, they
Right.
don't even coexist on in the same planes. I know that.
Exactly, you know. So you gotta think that back in the day, if we just go by because otherwise the other option, the cone, and again I get it, and don't worry, I totally understand that, okay. But the other option is, do we go with option A, where a lion laying with a lamb would never make sense ever in all of history, and so maybe simply it's not a memory that we have. We simply didn't pay attention to it, and all of this fucking programming put it in our heads.
I would probably say that the programming for me on that would be coming from my parents' organized religion, which was Baptist. I think they really promoted the lion thing, so it probably wasn't my fault. It was probably their organization that told. Like, they would tell us as kids when we was growing up in that church that if we didn't believe, because I thought going to church on Sundays was where mom and dad screamed and yelled at you and beat the shit out of you to get in the car to go to fucking church, to come home and then like do chores outside all day. Like, that's how but they would tell us, you don't believe in God, you're going down to hell, and that's where all the freaking chimos and the ass rapers are and shit. Now that shit screwed me up, dude. Like,
exactly. And that's great, because it happens on all of the examples and everything like that. But that's what it does come down to, is because like it's a natural thing. It's a wolf with a lamb. So like again, I can never remember that fucking thing by heart. But when I did hear the lion and the lamb, I did get thrown. But then I went and read the verse, and that one right away I knew, no, okay, clearly obviously it wasn't. In my head, that's the first thing. But we all have different brains, right?
The wolf and the sheep makes more sense since Jesus was a shepherd.
Exactly. Right. Plus, wolves always hunt sheep. The little boy who cried wolf. I mean, it just makes more sense.
And it's always in the dark, and all you see is fangs and teeth and eyes. You know what I mean?
Exactly. So now,
but there was an explanation for it. Like Tony just gave me the first time. Whenever I've asked that question to anybody else, they just say, you're right, it used to be there. When Tony mentions it like that, see like how I learn and how I think about things, now that makes total and complete sense to me, because someone finally explained it to me the way it needed to be explained.
And now with that, the cone, now you could try and now really try and think in your brain, where did I ever, like, can you remember? Because me, the one I got trapped on the cone was Mirror Mirror. And then when I sat down, that was the last one that I couldn't fucking shake. But then
you said you had 1,000 DVDs, you said that had 1,000 cassettes. Like, when I grew up as a kid, I lived so far out in the country, all I had was movies. So every time I looked up one, all I did was go to my parents' house, and there was a fucking movie theater there, and I would just fucking go in there and put it in, and as soon as it would say exactly what was the real, I just believed, because they can't come to my parents' house and switch that shit.
Exactly. And that was really my point, is because if you start thinking of the other option, now we're looking at what mysterious people are changing shit and this and that doesn't make sense. I mean, that's like out there and everything like that, but that's what it does with other people, you know, and other people cannot reconcile that, you know. So it's more likely that I forgot, or okay, maybe they did say mirror mirror, but it happened in a movie but not really in the book. Like, could it be someone like that? Because I couldn't remember the circumstances of when the last time was that I actually watched Cinderella.
Oh, probably like when you were like 10 or 15, maybe.
Exactly. Now, me, it actually was a little bit later. I know I watched Cinderella because when I was in my early 20s, I would babysit my brother's kids, you know? And that's right, The Lion King. I used to know The Lion King by heart.
Oh, check it out, buddy. That's funny you said that. My first wife that I have two kids with, our first date was to The Lion King.
There you go. There you go. So, and that's okay if some memories are really like sharp, or if you wanna stick to a few of them and all of that stuff. But if you look at the whole Mandela as a whole, if even you guys, for example, the one that obviously a lot more people will agree. Like, for example, Sass, what was the first thing you did when I said you obviously don't check the queen? For you, you go, no, that's bullshit, right? That was your natural tendency, because for you, it's bullshit because you probably played the game. And obviously, if somebody comes to you and tells you, hey, in my reality, they used to check the queen. I mean, even a guy I like Bob Wood, Robert Wood, says that. But he
I
comes from
think,
Sagittarius.
I think they're having an aneurysm or something.
That's it. But here's the thing: for as funny as that sounds to you, that you used to check the queen, somebody who actually believes in the Mandela and truly believes that you used to check the queen, now you can clearly see that this is not a Mandela. I mean, because you know the game.
Yeah, I
Right?
never heard of that one. I grew up
Never heard
playing
of that one,
chess.
JJ?
I grew up playing chess. You always go after, you always check.
The
check
queen has
the
the power. The queen has the
Exactly.
power.
The
That's the
queen
main
has all
point
the
you want.
power. Yeah, the
If
queen
you-
has all the power where she could do all kinds of shit. But
Yeah.
the king is the guy you gotta protect,
Yeah.
right, JJ?
If you
Yeah,
if
that's
you lose
how
your
the
queen,
game ends.
if you lose the queen right off the bat, you probably have a hard time winning.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
was
yeah.
the song in the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Sorry, JJ, go with your piece. Sorry.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, yeah, I grew up playing chess, and you checkmate like the king. You know,
Right? And now one of the residues that they pulled
I never heard of that
out
one.
of the Red Hot Chili Peppers. And once I was in a show of Gypsy Road and I was telling them, listen, people, look at the lyric. It doesn't say check the queen. It says if you can get the queen, you're probably gonna win.
Yeah.
Because it's exactly what Sassy just said. When you play
Powerful
chess,
piece.
JJ, and you lose the queen, what are your chances of winning?
Pretty low.
Pretty
Exactly.
low.
What about you guys? What do you remember about the kidneys? You remember the kidneys being lower back?
See, take that the kid.
Yeah.
My example. I don't fucking know the human body. I never studied
I
the
do.
human
Yeah.
body.
Yeah, because
See,
my sister
not an
squirted me with a hose once, and I punched her right in the lower back one time, and my mom said, "You could burst your kidney." I'll never forget that because I got spanked like a motherfucker for it.
But you see, that could also be that your mom thought that maybe they were there, you know?
Uh,
It was your memory of where it was.
where are they now? I didn't know they had moved.
Exactly. I have no idea where those are. But the point is not to stick to the ones that really resonate with you guys. The idea is like what you just said, JJ and Sass. You guys now realize, for example, that obviously you always check the king. But now you still do have, because in that chat, when they were discussing that one, Robert brought up, in my world, in my reality, Robert Wood, who I'm very good friends with, as you guys know, right? So he goes, in my reality, you check the queen, right?
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yeah, but wait, Sass.
Yeah.
When you look in the chat, out of 20 people that answered, 4 people agreed with Robert.
Man, that's crazy. That's cool though. I mean,
But that's the point, Sass, is that those 4 people are people that are in the Mandela community as well. They believe in the Mandela. And so now you've got these people who are telling you,
wow.
right? They're telling you, you always check the queen. You always check the queen. And you know it's not. So now you got to tell this guy, I'm very sorry. It's not a Mandela.
It's divide and conquer.
You played the game wrong.
Yeah.
You know the game.
It's just to cause division. That's all it is.
But for you, like for you, knowing the Mandela one is not, sorry, knowing that you don't check the king, it's just as strong as, for example, yours, Sass.
Yeah, I understand. I got you. I ain't no idiot.
See,
I understand exactly.
The idea for the Mandela, for me, for the Mandela effect to really be true, that it is something that is really happening, you gotta get one example at least that everybody agrees on. If there's one example, just one, where everybody, 100% of everybody says, hey,
Smokey the Bear. Smokey the Bear. Smokey the Bear. How about that one?
No, because we always say stuff with the. It's always been Smokey Bear. But yeah, but normally you're not gonna say, hey, did you ever watch the comic Smokey Bear? Normally you're gonna say, it's the tendency of our English. You're gonna say, hey, do you know that Smokey the Bear? Smokey the Bear. It's because that's our tendency of what we're gonna say.
You don't say Bambi the Fawn. Yeah, I mean, you don't say You don't say Bambi the fawn.
Well, you could say Yogi the bear. That's different. But you could say Yogi the bear. You know Yogi the bear, but it's a Yogi bear.
Yeah, I know that's
Get
Yogi
it?
Bear.
It's
Yeah.
a trick of the language. It's a trick.
Yeah, but I made a video on Smokey the Bear, showing tons of things saying Smokey the Bear, even from the people that
because that's the tendency. But you see what I mean? Those sass is like for
I know, but you're not going to convince me of the ones that I know, even no matter what you say. Though I'm just saying that's just how I am. Because I have some of my own that nobody knows, that I just there's something going on. I just don't think it's coincidence. I don't think it's coincidence.
Okay, well, in that case, what do you think is going on? Do you really
I think it's nefarious. I think it's nefarious because the Bible says you will doubt your own memory.
All right, so you think it's nefarious, good, but what is it that you think is going on? How do you think?
I don't know. I just know some weird shit going on. I don't know if it's that. I don't know if CERN even really all the shit about CERN. I'm not even 50-50 on that. You know what I mean? Because I just can't get enough either way to really positively convince me. That's doing anything.
Well, that's the thing, brother. Again, I don't want to force any belief on you, but all I'm saying is when you yourself know that some of the people that believe in the Mandela effect, like you do, and they have things that are clearly not Mandela effects, you got to think that it's the same way for other people. Other people do remember it the correct way. And so at that point, where I got mad with some of the people in Mandela is that they would force it on me. They would tell me, no, you're fucking stupid, this and that and this. It always be this, But I mean, and I would never force people to say, no, you're an idiot for thinking that.
Yeah. Well, I don't care because you've been talking about it ever since I met you, and I ain't never said nothing about it because it's just I ain't here to stir shit about it. If anything turns out negative, why talk about it? That's the way I've been looking at things lately.
Even that, the fact that we're talking about it right now and thinking of what are the possibilities and not, none of us should get angry right now because we're just talking.
I'm not angry.
We're just three honest people trying to figure out what the fuck is going on, right?
Oh yeah. It don't matter. I don't matter where the truth comes from. As long as it's truth, I don't care where it comes from. It can come from my enemy as long as it's truth.
And I'm not saying that the Mandela effect is connected to Satan, but they do say Satan can't create, but he can manipulate.
Yeah,
that's right.
And I'm not saying that's Mandela effect stuff, but just in general, he can manipulate things.
Well, ever since Tony started showing Brian, I don't even want nothing to do with it anyway. Just because if anybody like that's associated with it, I'd rather just not be in it.
And that's the thing with Brian. Brian had none of those effects. He studied them and then spewed it out. He took them all from different places and then started practicing and then started preaching it. He doesn't believe in that shit.
I don't care what he talked about. I could never listen to it because it's just the way he talked. You know what I mean? I never, he's just like, I don't know, something weird about him.
Yeah, he's a fucking bitch. That's what's weird about him. He's crooked. He's evil. He's a fucking lifetime criminal.
He's not very good at hiding it, like most of them are.
Exactly. But that's the point. Look at Moneybags. What a bitch he turned out to be. And he's another big voice in the Mandela. And yet we've proven that he's a liar and a deceiver. So if he can lie on one thing, you got to think he's lying on the other. Like none of them are telling you the truth. All I'm saying, boys, it's okay. It's no worries. But I'm just saying, you got to open up to all possibilities, And one of those is maybe it isn't really your memories. That's all I'm saying, man. Try to think back really and just think about it a little bit. And again, even if you don't get yourself.
I have for years and years and years.
Because they play tricks on the mind. And the devil, his job is to confuse you, to make you realize what's real and what's real. Yeah. That's all I'm saying, boys.
I know. You can't get me.
I know. I can't trust my memory 100%. I know that.
Yeah. Man, I admitted yesterday on Penny's show, I don't fucking remember a second of my childhood from 0 to 10. I know I was happy.
I do. So a lot of people do. I know.
That's what I said yesterday on Penny's show, Sass. I have no fucking idea how you motherfuckers could remember when you were 3 years old. Because I try as hard as I can. Nothing is coming back to me from when I was
What
3 years
about
old.
Hey, I
you
know
don't
one
remember
reason
your
why. You said you haven't
you don't,
had very many traumatic things in your life. That's the
No,
stuff you remember when you're
or
young.
even something nice. You don't remember your first kiss with a girl in grade 1 or something? Nothing like that.
see that I do, but me, I was like, listen, I was a Eugene, so my first kiss didn't come until I was like 16 years old. My first, you know what I mean? My first
Okay.
dance at a school didn't come until I was fucking 17. You know, this is the thing. I had a fucking boring life, boys. Nothing spectacular happened in my life.
Yeah, but when I was, my dad was sick when I was young and died when I was 6. So all those traumatic things, flipping in the front yard with the seizures and stuff, you don't forget shit like that no matter how old you are. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's it's still. I mean, I can see it
Just
vivid.
like you said,
Cause
Sass,
and
obviously traumatic events are easier to remember, I guess, you
yeah,
know?
exactly. Because it's traumatic, it sticks in there. I mean, some things you never forget. From the minute you see them, it's there always. You just got to try not to get triggered. Like they say, some things will make you remember shit you don't want to. You know.
Now, if we take that a bit further, Sass, when they use the terror of children, okay, where they abuse the children, rape them, terrorize them, whatever. Now, those children, they do remember that they were traumatized, but a lot of times they're not going to remember the details anymore because their brain tricks them. Their brain wanted to escape the true horror.
Well, usually they make a different personality to deal with the
There
pain,
you
and
go.
like they have like a real tough, personality that comes out
There
so
you
it can
go.
survive. Hey, I know I've really studied. I want to be a
You get
psychology
it,
major.
and you studied that, and you know all about it. So now
Yeah.
this new personality is gonna change the memory of what really happened when they were 3 or 4. Where now they're gonna be remembering, maybe, for example, they'll make up that a demon came from somewhere. There was a big light, and this demon came, and then he took me, and I couldn't move or whatever. When in reality, their father came in the room and would do all the shit as the
That's it.
child is escaping and making up a story in its mind that he later convinces himself of. That's the tricks that your mind plays on you. That our
That's
mind
survival.
plays on
That's
us.
what most people couldn't live with the stuff that they knew everything they went
There
through
you
like that.
go. Exactly, brother. So imagine when you're an adult and what you just said. How could you possibly live through that? Now imagine a child, a little innocent child. I mean, the poor child, the only way that it can possibly survive is to do that, to escape, to block it all out. I mean, I'm getting
Hey, hey,
speaking of that.
Casey. Remember Casey said that. Remember?
That's right.
That's right. It made sense when she was talking to us.
Even I've heard of people talk about reporting an accident, and they had a bunch of different witnesses, and sometimes they all have different experiences or say the car was different colors.
Oh yeah.
There you go.
But when that shit's happening to a kid, when it's someone that you love in your family or anyone that's related to you, that's almost beyond comprehension for anybody. You know what I mean?
That's right. All right, listen, people, I'm going to break my rule on something because it's an important example. The urban disciples. All right. I don't want to bring up the other negative thing. The urban disciples. Now, I like that guy. I always did. And I actually went and researched him afterwards. And he was really doing what I was doing back then. But something changed him. It's fine. Maybe it was the pressure. Who knows what it was. But the urban disciples jumped on me once. And from there, it grew into like this big thing. Now, on one of the times that urban disciples came and he talked with the people, okay? And he told the story of how he was with a witch and he knows it. So he was going out with a fucked up woman. And she was clearly a witch and into evil shit. And he was describing how he has no idea what the fuck she did to him. But the next thing he knew, the next thing he remembered, he was outside thinking that demons were after him, all naked, with the cops wanting to arrest him. And he was looking around and yelling to everybody, "They're coming for me! They're coming for me!" So in other words, the guy was telling us that his mind played like whatever the fuck the witch with whatever drugs he was taking, it fucking made him have one type of a fucking trip where he really thought that real demons were after him, and he didn't.
Sounds like K2. It's not K2 did that to everybody.
Sorry?
K2, that stuff people were smoking and making them do that shit. Trying to eat people and running crazy like that.
Exactly. And that's your mind playing tricks on you. That's unfortunately, from what I could tell, that's what psychedelics do. They make your, like, I don't know, right? They calm you down to a point, and it starts playing on your brain where now you're going to start seeing or being more open to whatever. To whatever. You know?
It's called hallucinate for a reason, though.
That's true. Exactly.
Keyword, you're going to hallucinate. That don't make it real.
Exactly. That's it. That's perfect, brother. It's exactly that. It's hallucinations.
If you know that, though, it's not the same as somebody that don't know that. They'll think, what the fuck?
Exactly. And
I'm
you see,
serious.
for the person at that moment, it's all real to him.
Yeah, but when you're tripping and you know when you're tripping, you're like, dude, I'm tripping because I'm seeing all this shit. But you know it ain't real because you know you're tripping.
Well,
You know
not
what I mean?
everybody has that type of power.
No, some people take that shit and go, demons, and they run for their life and think devils chase. I mean, I've seen people saying all kinds of crazy shit, dude.
Exactly.
And they wake up, they think they just went to hell and back, and they still don't know if it's real. Because some people can't do that shit.
Exactly.
A lot of people can't. And if some people do it one time, it fucks them up forever.
Hey, take Heather. The girl still keeps on talking every stream about the trip she went on with the what is it called? The ayahuasca.
Yeah.
That thing fucked her up royally. Besides all the other drugs and shit she did. She's still having nightmares over that ayahuasca trip from 2 years ago. She admits it herself. We're not saying she hasn't said
quit.
herself.
I quit watching her completely. I'm done. I can't.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, I'm just saying. I can't do it. It's just too painful. I mean, it's like.
So put yourself in my shoes, brother. When I have to fucking watch these fucking demons and sick people, so that I could try and bring you guys the truth of the matter, it's not a fun fucking ride for me either. Believe me, man.
I know. I sometimes just like I can only do it for so long, and then it gets to a point I just can't do it anymore. On some people, I can't.
I get it, brother. I get it. And I don't blame you at all. I mean, you're older than me. Cindy is older than me. What is the thing that you both guys have is that you have less patience with stupid.
Well, it's because we dealt with it more than you.
Exactly. And you have dealt with it way more than me because in reality, I was stupid a little over 3.5 years ago. I see it today, how fucking stupid I really was. So I really only have fucking three years of knowledge. Anything
I just laugh. Like you, I laugh anymore.
3 years.
If you laugh at it all, it's just all funny. So
that's what it is, man. I could have gone two ways. I could have gone either down the hole of depression and just fucking give up. Never suicide. I always had that in my mind that I would never take my life, but easily just go down the tube of, just fucking stone myself all day, get depressed, hate the world, hate everybody, stay in my corner. I could have gone down that road, or I could have gone down the road that I've taken today and then say, listen, the past is the past. I can't fucking change the past, man. Or maybe I can make it up to God in the future. That's the best thing I could do. It's the same thing that we were doing right now, guys. When we were talking, right? When we were talking a little bit before, the Cone was telling us about the fucking shit from his past. I mean, we could all sit here and talk about the past, and we're gonna all get fucking depressed. But it's important to talk about the past because that's where you learn. But now, what's the thing is that we are now in the present. We cannot change what the fuck happened back then. But now, okay, so what do we do to make things better? And then we know what it is, what we do. Okay, let's not get tricked no more. No more of the fucking tricks. Let's try and discern the real truths. Let's keep an open mind. let's all know that there are layers and layers. And let's also know that there are a bunch of fucking evil shills who have sold their soul and who will take advantage of all the confusion that's going on. And these motherfuckers need to be called out.
I got a good quote for that. Learn to forget, but don't forget to learn.
Oh,
Hey.
nice.
Okay, right, Roger. Right there. Anything else that's dirty over here? Dirty dishes over here?
What happened to the cone?
I don't know. I don't see anybody in the. I don't think he's in the back or anything.
All right, people, let's leave this subject because we need to touch another subject if you don't mind.
Okay.
All right, what did you think of what happened tonight with the whole Matt man? The way JJ missed it, but you go
Yeah, I
for
was
it.
working. Yeah.
Yeah, you got to watch the replay, JJ, if they don't strike the channel, okay? So try and catch it before they fucking try and hit the video, okay?
Whose channel is it on?
So it's on Tony. It's time to wake up simply because I
Hey, the difference between me and you on that subject is like I've hung around them for a couple of years, and I'm just tired of them all. I don't really want to be back friends with any of them myself. I don't care. I mean, I've watched them from afar, and I haven't seen any change. I don't think there will be any. But I'm just saying that's my opinion. I'm just tired of listening to their voices or anything. I mean, that's just the way I get sometimes. And when I hear Matt, when I hear Code, it just makes me angry, and I'm tired of being angry.
Yeah, what a puke. I can't stand listening to the both of them now. But this is and it's okay, Sass. You guys.
That's what I'm saying. You got to do what you got to do. That's fine. I'm just saying.
Exactly.
I got a joke here. You might like Tony, and you can use it. This person says he's untouchable. He is right. He isn't. He is untouchable because no girl wants to touch him. I should say woman, just to make sure we're all. You know.
Yeah. but I think that's Sassy. So you get it. We all do what we can do, and at the moment, I'm disgusted by Code and whatever. But something inside of me, it's forcing me as long as I can to at least try and warn other people about them. You know, about how disgusting they are and how evil and deceiving they are. And so for me, it helps me to sleep at night if I could try and save some people from those animals.
You gotta do what you do. I ain't telling anybody what to do. Everybody's got to answer for everything they do themselves. So. You know what I mean, Vern?
Each year, Americans waste $21 billion by overpaying on car insurance. That's why I went to the
I have to say something. I would suggest that you go watch my last stream, brother, before it gets taken down, because I think you're gonna learn a lot, just the way that we learned on that channel. See, this is what I was trying to say earlier before is, okay, so listen, again, to say it nicely, okay, no starting nothing. But you guys, let's face it, the moment you heard, as far as you can get, mention Baldini, most people would have thought that I would have blown up. But to me, like, I know these things now, you know, and I'm awake. But instead, me, the moment he said Baldini, I stood up. And now I was starting to think in my brain, okay, where do we go from here? And so now I'm thinking in my brain, all right, so let me ask him this question. Let me ask him this question. Let's see what he thinks about this. And so now in my brain, this is not a time for me to blow up. This is a time for me to learn something. And I think that that's what most people need to do as well. Because if I was led by the way these motherfuckers are trying to teach, if I listened to my heart, like Emily Shane says, the first thing I would have done when I heard the word Baldini, if I were to listen with my heart, I would fucking jump down his throat. But no, I have learned to control my emotions. And I knew that this was an opportunity to start using my brain. because there was more to learn from him than there was to act like a hero, for example, like many would do, and act all fresh and tough and take advantage of an innocent guy. The guy maybe doesn't know. Maybe he's part of it. Who knows? He's got a clear life that is textbook groomed person of the elite. There's a textbook life that he just described to all of us tonight. You got to face it, and he knows it too. We all need to control our emotions. Yes, I know it sounds funny coming from a motherfucker like me. I hope it does show you guys, though, that, if I lose it, it's because I feel that that's what's needed at that time for everyone, not just for me. It's for me, too, because it helps me get out some of the frustrations I have against this fucking world and the liars in it.
The earth is flat.
Sure is.
And I'm pretty
noticed, right?
I'm pretty ripped. I'm ripped myself. Woo.
You also noticed how, as far as it can get, right? Mark Sargent. You see, that's the trick that you got to spot, people, right? How did he start on the Mark Sargent subject? I think, right? I think, again, if you're still listening as far as it can get, it's fine. I totally understand. But how did he start? Listen to me, and I'm not sure, but I think he's a shill. See the way he played it safe. And then the moment no, motherfucker.
Hey, I sent him the link on his messenger to Facebook. That's the only reason he came, because I sent him the link.
Oh, good stuff. Good stuff. No, it was good that he came. Listen, there's a reason why he came, Sass, and maybe it's a reason why you sent him that link. Because maybe you really think that it wasn't God that was controlling this tonight.
Yeah, because I didn't know that much about him. I just watched him, some thought he was okay by his music and stuff. Helped him,
Hey, he's still okay, Sass. For now.
Yeah. Oh, I know.
Okay, right? But if you noticed, I think and the moment I told him, no, he is a shill. He's a shill. And then right away he said, yes, he's a shill. It's almost like he was looking for the approval of how far he can go. And that tells you a little bit that he might be a bit controlled.
Well, yeah, he looked like, I know him, and he looked really fucked up compared to any time I've seen him. He looked pretty buzzed.
Well, yes, he was buzzed, Sass, but if you noticed...
He usually is so coherent when I see him, though. Like, a lot more attentive and everything.
Okay, but fuck the coherence for now. He was happy, the big smile. He was telling little things. Everything was good. But if you noticed, the moment I started to question him, when now I'm starting to realize what we're dealing with here, you guys started to notice now all of a sudden, he was thinking, he was hesitating, he was stumbling over his words a bit, he was becoming defensive. I mean, I didn't even say nothing. And right away he was going, I feel like I'm basically being grilled on Baldini when I wasn't grilling him at all. It's almost like he knew, oh shit.
Hey, the only thing I noticed is when he said, I just felt like you were going to make a movie about this. Yeah, I mean, when he said that, like he knew before that you did that.
And he didn't, Sass. That's the thing. He had no idea. But
he said that like it was memory, like he knew that you made, videos of people.
No, and that's the thing. That's what I'm trying to tell you, Sass, is he didn't know none of it. He was basically getting defensive because he really doesn't know me. So he was getting defensive, and now all of a sudden, me to him, it was almost like I was grilling him, but I wasn't grilling him. All of this he was making up himself because he knew, I hate to say it, that he was lying. He wasn't telling the full truth. He wasn't lying. He was not telling the full truth. And since he knew he was not telling the full truth, and he all of a sudden got 1 or 2 questions that he never got before. All of a sudden, it almost kind of like he woke up and now he felt, well, this, like, did you see the way when he was going to Baldini? For him, it was Baldini. I purposely said, I know you're talking about Randy Newman. If you guys go back and watch the replay, he froze. He froze.
Yeah, then he knew that you knew who he was. That's different, probably.
That's right.
Because Baldini's
He
just
didn't know what.
name.
He didn't know what. But here is a stranger all of a sudden saying the name of his friend who he was told, don't tell anyone. You get the mentality of that.
Yep.
That tells you right there that Baldini did want to be hidden. He had an online persona, and this was planned because he's a shill. Sorry, as far as it gets, and I think you know it, brother. That's why I say, hopefully, in 2 days, that will be the sign if you're really a good man or part of them, is whether or not you're going to come and talk to me in 2 days.
You'll probably, if you ask me, you'll get an email or some way in the morning from somebody like that.
Brother. Or he might reach out to Baldini.
That's what I'm saying. He'll know tomorrow, I guarantee you.
Yeah, they probably already know, brother.
I could just tell. It's like, oh, that's why I said here. I could tell what just get down here. Shit runs downhill.
That's right.
Funny.
Now the question is what is as far as it gets? What is he gonna do? You know, where does he go from here?
I don't know.
For himself, I'm saying. You know.
Oh, I know. I ain't worried about it though.
Because he seems like, but look, but did you notice, people? I mean, technically, if I myself was an agent, I would not tell you these things because I would want to keep on doing it to other people. But I also do know that my time is limited. You guys see what they're doing. When you have pieces of shit like Matman and Code, who you guys have now clearly seen are total fucking evil bullshitter cowards, pieces of shit. And that's what you're going to learn tonight, JJ. When you go watch that, watch it from the second half. Emily Shane, I fucking destroyed the bitch. Hey, okay, here, JJ, since you didn't see it. JJ, remember that Bill guy?
Yeah.
Okay. What do you think about Bill? Like, what relation do you think that Bill is to her?
She said it's her husband.
Yeah, I'm asking JJ because you saw it. Don't cheat, Mascotch.
No, I know.
I'm not sure because he doesn't really say much. He just sits there.
Yeah, he just sat there. All right. She's been playing that it's her husband lately, right? That guy is nothing but a supposed twin flame. She met him. It's Bill from Israel, William. I actually have his full name somewhere. I wrote it in my pad because these motherfuckers have no idea who the fuck they're dealing with when it's with me. It's okay. But it's just a twin flame. I personally think it's her handler, people. Not really a handler per se, but someone who basically is helping her to pull the scab.
Call it sugar daddy.
Yeah, it's sort of a sugar daddy as well, yes. He definitely has some money, but I think it's more because a sugar daddy, she would have to give him sex. But JJ, here's the beauty. Bill, they live in the same house, but he has his separate room and a separate bed. JJ, does that surprise you?
That does surprise me.
Exactly, brother. And she admitted it. I got the clip. So that's it. So here's a guy that the first time I see, actually fucking, she said it herself, guys. Remember in the fucking first SmackDown when I showed up, didn't she fucking say, "Hey, Tony, look, there's Bill. That's my husband." She fucking said that, didn't she?
Yeah.
It's a lie. They're not married. They don't even fucking sleep in the same room. Bam, right there. There's a lie. She fucking lied.
I
Right there
never.
on camera. Bam, I even forgot about that.
And Matt Man's not married either. That's not even his daughter's mom.
Man, you saw him squirm, right, Sassy? Did you see him squirm all those times?
I was watching his chat because I didn't know you were live.
Oh,
and
really?
then someone said you're live, and I got a hold of Bogan. He messaged me the link. I couldn't find it on YouTube anywhere.
So you didn't watch the 2 hours that we watched?
Yeah, I was watching them, but when I went over to you, I'd already seen. I'd already been watching them already. You know what I mean? I just been saying that. I lurk because I don't talk in there.
Yeah, for most people, they all saw it. The whole body movement of Matt Man. And by the way, people, I went and checked the first 20 minutes. He did the same thing like Code, people. You go watch the first 20 minutes of that stream. He was there, the big smile, made a couple of cracks about me, a couple of cracks about us. He was like the arms in the air, like he just won something. You go watch those first 20 minutes and then rewatch our part, and you're going to see a very drastic change. Because what you're saying...
Hey, the best way to do it is put it on closed captioning, and you see everything they say, because sometimes you can't hear what they say, you know what I mean?
Yeah, there's that too.
It helps.
But in this case, everybody could see at every turn, with every message, how Matt Man was sweating, pulling his sweater. Then he goes to his threat that he's strong, that if ever he saw me in the street, he would do this and that to me. All the typical bully child things. Typical. And then also how great he was. What a great Christian he is. What a great father he is. How he has the biggest heart and the biggest brain and the smartest. The typical narcissistic piece of shit liar character of all the other motherfuckers.
That's how he said he was more fearless than...
There you go. Exactly.
Fearless one, or he said he's more fearless. I was like, who cares? I just understand that shit at all. Who cares?
You know what else I found out about her, JJ?
What's that?
She comes from a rich family. She has rubbed elbows with some of the richest people in the world. She's come to all the parties. She has experienced the high life. You know where I got it, JJ?
Where?
Straight from her mouth.
Oh, wow.
A year and a half ago.
Give you a clean soft landing that will propel you forward. Plus, they have Skechers' exclusive air-cooled memory foam. Try Skechers' new glide step.
It's an eye-opener, don't you think?
Yeah, it is. I definitely got to watch that stream you did.
Yeah. That's why I like if you young guys can wake up a little bit faster, because I'm 50 years old. Listen, under normal circumstances, no problem. But I can't keep doing this too much long. I'm not saying you got to do the same shit I do, JJ, but at least I like that you're waking up. Guys like Casey, Bogan's son, guys that you guys are actually opening up your eyes to all of the fucking deceits, and learn more and faster, because people like me and Cindy and Bogan and Sassy, we won't be able to keep this up for much longer. Hey, the world is yours, not mine. We had our time. I fucked up 47 years of my life. But you got time, brother.
Agreed.
A young woman constrained by society.
I won't worry. That's a wrong.
The earth is flat.
It is. Hey, Sass, listen, brother, because now, now it's like 9 hours straight, and Oh,
Alright.
a headache. I'm gonna drop
Get your
off. You guys know I love you boys. No homo. Everybody in the chat, always cool. I enjoyed myself. I think we all learned a heck of a lot tonight. And all right, I'm gonna bid you adieu. Good night. And yeah, keep your eyes open.
Oh yeah.
I love you boys.
Amen.
Hey, brother. Good night, brother.
What time is it? Oh, it's 2:45 in the morning.
Yeah, I probably won't be on much longer either. I got work in the morning anyway. So.
I'm done. You can put a fork in me. I can't do it. That's all right. My roommate's already PO'd and everything else. That's why I've been kind of quiet. I've just been listening.
Right, me too.
What is today? Friday? Yeah. You might see me in the morning fishing.
Oh, are you? Oh, nice.
Like it goes like I want, but that never happens. Is it? But I'm gonna try to go drown some worms tomorrow. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm ready to eat some fish. Already, my mushrooms out. I don't care about them anymore. I'm gonna pick more blackberries too, though.
Oh, nice. Those blackberries.
Hell, I'll see you later today, I guess, somewhere.
All right. I'll see you later. All right, take it easy, everybody. Have a good night.
Yeah.
God bless you guys all.
So I can